Yeah, thanks very much for that, Ryan. And we have a delay to the start of our final race as a result of a tote issue. So we've added 5 minutes to the start time to this. Cash and Flow, wonderful run from him in the Sires Stakes on Tuesday. Finished fourth, of course, and behind Lazarus Chase the Dream. Very good run from him. He deserves to be favourite. I expect him to move forward, dominate from the top end and be clearly the one to beat here. Driving him's Tim Williams. Before I get the thoughts of the other two boys, as a result there from Wanganui comes up. Tim, you've always had plenty of admiration for this horse, and that wouldn't have changed after Tuesday's performance.
No, that's exactly right, Greg. Obviously, I've got a pretty good soft spot for this horse, and I was wrapped with his run on Tuesday. It was probably only my drive that cost him third, and he found the line great.
He's got barrier 5 today. It's the 2,600 metres. It is the first time he steps up over that distance. This should give us a good line, though, when we start to get up to the Derby-type distances, though, and I'm sure he'll handle it. Are you?
Yeah, no, I'm quietly confident. Well, he's a very sensible horse, and he relaxes well during the running and whatnot. So, we're doing 5. It gives us options. We'll just assess it early. Play it by ear. We haven't really got a game plan yet, but like you say, we've definitely got options.
How's he warmed up? Any different to Tuesday? Is he bouncing around? Are you happy?
Very happy. He's very relaxed. He's if you're describing a horse to drive, I think Cash and Flow would be one of the first names that comes to mind.
Hasn't been the greatest day for the All-Stars, certainly not in line with what happened on Tuesday. Do you believe that you're on the right horse to complete the day for them anyway?
I think so, and obviously it gives me a lot of confidence the way he found the line on Tuesday, and it'd be a fitting way to end the day and end the week.
All right, nice work, Tim. Once again, thanks very much.
No problem, thanks very much, guys.
There he is, Tim Williams.
I've had a few doubts about some of these shorties today, friend. I've been happy to sort of voice those, but this is one I think will just win. The horses coming out of Sire Stakes who are good enough to run first, second, third, fourth or even fifth tend to go back to the grades and just dominate. He didn't have a hard run the other day. He found the line well. He's a horse who should turn it around. The $1.60 the tote's really good, and Craig, I know you get him on top too. The danger appears to be the filly Mackenzie. A good colt tends to be the good filly. He should be the one who just gets home. At the start of the day, I thought out of all the Purdon Rasmussen horses, this was the most likely winner.
Well, you take Lazarus Chase the Dream. Classy Brigade was very good running third. Any of those three in this race, they'd be as short as him. Look, I tell you what, boys, he's a horse that I think has improved immeasurably since the beginning of last season. I didn't think he was up to a horse like Lazarus and Chase the Dream. He's still not, but he's progressing. I think what he is a bit like Modu Premier. Modu Premier came out in the last race on Tuesday as a horse that's improving, and this bloke's going the same way.
Let's hear what Mark Purdon had to say about their trio of chances in the last. Mark, so often we see out of the Sires Stakes final, next up winners in Cash and Flow look like that.
Yes, that's right, Greg. Win a good race in the Sires, and he comes into a one-win race, so he's a class horse, and he's going to be the one to beat.
G.I. Joe didn't have a whole lot of luck in that final either. Drawn out a wee bit here, and with so much speed inside again, luck's going to have to play its part.
Yes, to a point. I think he's probably got the measure of most in here too, apart from Cash and Flow, but I'm sure he'll go a good race.
And Mackenzie looks a lovely mare. She's drawn the back row. If there is plenty of speed on, she'll find the line nicely.
Yeah, she's got a lot of speed, and if it's a true run race, she'll be finishing over the top of them.
The $1.60 holding up on the tote for Cash and Flow, $1.42 on the fixed odds. Greg went down to the stables after the free-for-all, and the most disappointed team, the team with Mossdale Connor, they suffered a flat tyre to the sulky at the top of the straight, a nose decision that might well have cost them a Group 1.
Well, that's how they feel. Zach Butcher, I can confirm, has made his flight, so if you're backing him tonight at Auckland, he was probably in a hurry to get out because it was him that hit the wheel and took the tyre off, so that's just bad luck. He was bolting Sky Major, he couldn't hold him, I guess, and we haven't had a chance to talk to Zach, but that's part of racing. He got beaten a nose, so there's no doubt in my mind that for 200 metres carrying that, and I saw it was well off the rim, it's definitely cost him.
Yep, that's racing luck. And
I tell you what though, Ricky May was, whilst downhearted, and Greg Hope was downhearted too, but they've had a good week. Monbay obviously winning the free-for-all on Tuesday, but at the end of it he said, Squirter won it though. Jared O'Reilly won it, and I'm wrapped for him to win it because I've won a lot of Group 1s. He's won 3.
Yeah, and they're an immensely popular family, the O'Reilly family. When you grow up in harness racing in this part of the world, they're one of those families you always hear about, and they haven't had enormous Group 1 success because they don't go to the sales and buy $100,000 horses, and as drivers, they haven't had chances to get on them. Patrick Jr. had a lot of Group 1 success, of course, with his trotters because they're cheaper to buy and easy to get hold of. These days, the O'Reilly boys, they probably don't get yearlings worth $20,000. So it's great to see Squirter, or Jared as you call him, Squirter. He's just an immensely popular guy, and that's one thing about harness racing people. They tend to roll with the punches about this stuff.
You said before Cup Week, Jeff Dunn had a chance to emerge out of the shadow of not only his brother Robert, but his 2 nephews as well. Winning the New Zealand Free-For-All's not the New Zealand Cup, but it's pretty damn close.
Well, it's a funny thing, Tiger Tara. He actually hasn't won a good race for 20 months. He's always been a good horse, but he just finds a way of getting beaten all the time. And let's be honest, if Mostar O'Connor hadn't got a flat tyre, he might have got beaten again today. But that's inch perfect for him. The harder they go, the better it suits him. I think he's a better horse letting other horses suck the oxygen out of his rivals.
Looking forward to the box seat next Wednesday when we'll have a chance to go back over some of these great highlights. The thing that stood out for me in both of our free-for-all races, the Cup and then, of course, the Sprint today, is the lack of moves in it because of the speed they were going on the markers.
Well, it was, and it just showed that with Smolder getting so far back in the field and not really being able to get into the race. I know Mark would have liked to go a lot earlier, but he just couldn't get into it. Greg, they only 0.5 of a second outside the race record, so they did run along a bit into a very strong wind.
What happened at Kaikoura 11 days ago when Arden Rooney, Savage the leader, set the tone for this carnival? She led in the Cup, Kieran Manning. She was parked in the free-for-all today, and everybody said, right, clearly I'm not going to get up and attack her or get to the spot outside her, so there's no point moving. She has, in many ways, bullied the rival drivers over here to control the race. It worked out in Tiger Tara's favour today.
Did you check the driver's challenge at the start of the day to see what Mark Purdon was paying? I didn't see it.
To be honest, no, I didn't, Greg.
Dexter Dunn leads on 8 points ahead of Ricky May 7, John Dunn and Mark Purdon 6. So it's still on. But
as the wind picks up.
Yes, the wind does pick up.
Talking about the box seat, we've got a couple of controversial things to talk about on Wednesday. Not just the racing. The racing itself is going to be fantastic, and we'll celebrate some of those. But there were some interesting things to come out of Cup Day in particular, which we'll be talking about, which have importance heading forward for the industry. So box seat 8:30 Wednesday night. I'm looking forward to being part of that with you boys. And hey, thanks for a great week, fellas. I've really enjoyed this week. Our crew's been fantastic, and the little man with the onesie, Mark Mack, he's done a pretty good job too.
Yeah, he has. Mark, let's get up to you for your thoughts around the last. And I was going to say 10 races to go at Riccarton for you tomorrow, but blow me down, they've got 11.
They have.
They have, is that it?
Yep.
That's your response?
Well, I haven't even looked at the field yet. I've looked at the Cup and the 1,000 guineas, but yeah,
and
we
they
go one
look
day at a
two
time.
Great races, Mark, too. I'm looking forward to tomorrow to wrap up what has been a terrific week. The weather gods are going to play their part. I don't know if it's sold out yet, but I'll tell you what, it'll be pretty close.
Yeah, if it's like today. I must mention the crowd today. It's the best show day crowd I can remember in a long time.
It's the best day weather-wise I've had show day in probably 25 years.
Yeah, I haven't been here 25 years, but certainly in the last 7 or so it has, and there's still plenty around too, because a lot of times the dirty easterlies come up and they've scampered, which you can't blame them, but today hasn't been too bad. Going to throw one out here that I haven't got in my top 4. In the last, Albuquerque, $3.80, Dexter Factor.
Yep, I can concur with you there, Mark. I think she hasn't had a whole lot of luck lately. She doesn't have enormous gate speed, but if she gets the right run here, she can get some of it. We'll leave it with you for your call of the last, and the 3 of us will wrap things up, but not long after that.
We'll see you soon. This is race number 12. $1.40 the favourite, number 5, Cash and Flow. $6.40 for number 10, Mackenzie, the top 2. Mobile gates into the straight for the last. XCM Sport Mobile. Riccarton tickets tomorrow at riccartonpark.co.nz. There's still some left. Green light racing. She got off the gate pretty well, Albuquerque, which is a little unusual for her, but she's going to have the gate speed to lead. Dexter's happy to hand up to the favourite, Cash and Flow. Sparkling Delight went over to be 3rd, and in came Chantre Ice Crusher. Next, Mackenzie from Seal the Deal. 3 wide, G.I. Joe. Back to second last, Tubby Sister. And last of all is Nero Star. Out of the straight, and the leader is Cash and Flow. Albuquerque trails second, and a length and a half away 3rd, Sparkling Delight. Chantre 3 back the pegs, and a length and a half Ice Crusher racing in front of Mackenzie. 2 lengths Seal the Deal, 1.5 Tubby Sister, 2 Nero Star, 2 to G.I. Joe. Cash and Flow turns into the back and creeps away a bit. Put 2.5 lengths on Albuquerque in the trail. Sparkling Delight's a length away third, and Chantre 3 back the pegs fourth. A length away is Ice Crusher in front of Mackenzie. 2 Seal the Deal, 1.5 Tubby Sister. G.I. Joe went to the peg second last, and Nero Star spots them all. 17.50 to go, and the last favourite of the harness part of Cup Week, Cash and Flow, leads with Tim Williams by 2 lengths on Albuquerque. 1 length away third, Sparkling Delight parked, and Chantre 3 the pegs. Half a length away, Ice Crusher racing in front of Mackenzie. 2 to G.I. Joe, down underneath of Seal the Deal from Tubby Sister, and Nero Star's a length and a half away. The lead time 1:14 even, and Cash and Flow top of the stretch, 13.50 to run. Leads a length and a half on Albuquerque. She's a little keen in the trail, and Sparkling Delight parked up. 3 back on the pegs is Chantre. 1 to Ice Crusher, 5th and 1 off the inside. G.I. Joe's on the markers, 4 back underneath of Mackenzie, and 2 lengths to Seal the Deal, reined up to get onto the back of Mackenzie. Tubby Sister and Nero Star the last 2. First quarter 31.3. It's a beautiful run for the favourite here, Cash and Flow. Out to the 1,000 metre mark, leads a length and a half. Albuquerque trails second, 1 away third, Sparkling Delight. 3 back the inside is Chantre, 1 Ice Crusher. G.I. Joe 4 deep on the pegs, inside of Mackenzie, and 2 lengths away Seal the Deal. 2 to Tubby Sister and Nero Star. In the back, and it's Cash and Flow. 800 metres to go. Leading by a length and a half over the trailing Albuquerque. Sparkling Delight's ahead away third, parked up in front of Ice Crusher. 3 back the peg, Chantre, 1.5 Mackenzie. Around G.I. Joe. Then Seal the Deal, Tubby Sister and Nero Star. Second quarter was 30 and 6. 61.9 for the half, 500 to go. Cash and Flow leads a length on Sparkling Delight. Albuquerque waits on the terror to love it. Pineleaf Farm passing lane from Ice Crusher, and then came Chantre, and next Mackenzie. Lead, it's full of running here. Cash and Flow leads a length and a half, Sparkling Delight. Then Albuquerque, next Ice Crusher from Mackenzie. Third quarter was in 28.2. Cash and Flow into the straight, 2 lengths on Sparkling Delight, Albuquerque, and then came Mackenzie. But the cash is going to flow for the favourite punters in the last. It's home here. Cash and Flow clear of Mackenzie, getting to second. Into third spot is Sparkling Delight. But Cash and Flow, Cup Week at Addington ends as it started for the All-Stars. Cash and Flow won it. Beat Mackenzie, Sparkling Delight, then Seal the Deal. Next in G.I. Joe. Albuquerque pulled too hard from Chantre. Ice Crusher, Nero Star and Tubby Sister. Easy. Cash and Flow. Number 5 at 140 and 130, Tim Williams. 10 Mackenzie, 180, and 6 Sparkling Delight, $1.80. A Mark 3, Karen Donna, 3-year-old. Tim Williams for Mark Purden and Natalie Rasmussen from Rolliston. Home in 28.6, 158.7. Thanks to Alan Gibson for all of the help right throughout Cup Week with all of the clocking. And that last favourite's bolted in. Mackenzie's running to second. Sparkling Delight, who raced park third. And Gregory, as it's part owned by the boss, Mr. Woodham, for those that back the one win for the All-Stars, they should at least get something in return for being in the game for so long today.
Yeah, congratulations to the owners, Gary Woodham amongst them, Mr. Tong, Mr. Pengelly. They've been associated with this stable for a long time. Mark 3 out of Karen Donna, 4 from 9, and about as predictable as we've had all day.
Yeah, nice performance, wasn't it? This race was over after 300 metres, got away with a middle half and 61.9, and on the back of a super run on Tuesday was always going to win this race. Good run out of the race was probably Sparkling Delight. Did plenty of work out of it, Greg, and stuck on well to run.
As we see, 3-year-olds coming back, including the filly Mackenzie, of course, here racing in class races. They're just too good.
Every year the Sire Stakes provides an outstanding form guide and also a supermarket of horse sales going forward. So anything who raced in the Sire Stakes the other day, when you see it racing back in the grades, just jump on.
We'll get the result confirmed very shortly, but punters get a fill-up in the last here. And here's Mark Gallagher for the final time at Addington.
Cash and Flow, second 10 Mackenzie, and third 6 Sparkling Delight. Fourth has gone to 4 Seal the Deal, from 7 G.I. Joe and 1 Albuquerque. 5, 10, 6, 4, 7, 1. The margin's 3 1/4 lengths, 1 3/4 lengths, 1 1/2 lengths, 3/4 of a length. The winner's time was 3:12.5, a mile rate of 1:59.1. The last 856.4, last 428.4, and good evening from the judges' box.
And thank you to Mark Gallagher. Here's your dividends: 140, 130 for Cash and Flow, Mackenzie 180, Sparkling Delight 160. Had to sit in the breeze. Pretty game performance there. 290, the All-Stars Quinella. That's what we had in the first race on Cup Day, didn't we? So they end it the same way. 5-10-6 trifecta 22.60, and with the 4 Seal the Deal. He's a handy horse, isn't he? 99.40. 4-5 double 10.10, 10.90 the concession. 145, $145.50 the treble. The quaddies paid $595.20, $595.20, and place 6 today has paid $369.90, and we know the pick 6 has paid $45,000. 1.10 has paid $45,454.50. Well done to you. The Earth Move, Tango's Delight, Master Lavros, Art Critic, Tiger Tara, and now Cash and Flow. Completes the racing action here at Addington Raceway. And Craig Thompson, I'll start with you. And we complete 24 races here at Addington Raceway. You've got to come up with one that'll be your most lasting memory. What would that be?
Well, on Tuesday, I thought Lazarus was wonderful, but I'm actually thinking Greg and Nina Hope have had a pretty good carnival. Mon Bay was outstanding in winning on Tuesday. They nearly pulled off the Group 1 bar for a flat tyre this afternoon, and they had a winner with a very good trotter earlier in the day. So maybe the carnival kind of belongs to them.
Yeah, well, it's hard to argue with that. What about for you?
Yeah, the Cup. I mean, Kieran Manning, it's been 111 years in the making for a female to win this race. She's also a lovely person. Great training performance, and the horse came from the biggest and best stable in Australasia, and they improved it. This is a fairy tale on many levels. It's the Cup winner for 2015, and it's my highlight for the week.
Thank you, boys. Thanks for your input.
Hey, thank you. You've been the one doing all the work, and the historics the other day from you and the crew and the Jack Carmichael stuff, it was magic. Real pleasure, guys. This is the best trackside experience I've had. I've been doing it on and off for 15 years, and it's just been magic to be part of.
Well, I'll tell you what, boys, great coverage during the week, and a lot of great feedback about our speed camera on the sulky of the reference to what they were going in the race, and the coverage that we've had on track today. Pleasure being here, and look forward to talking to you boys on Wednesday.
Yeah, my racetrack highlight today, Master Lavros getting his second Dominion, an amazing performance from the big horse they call Kippy. Terrific training effort by both Mark Jones and Regan Todd.
Before you go, who wins the Cup tomorrow, the Galloping Cup?
Oh, it's a terrific race. I'm sort of around Blood Brother, actually.
Yeah, I liked him with the winkers on last week. I thought
he's got a massive chance. The Guineas
galloper today and it got beat though.
Yeah, the Guineas is also going to be an incredible race too.
I've got some news for you. Wales got the winner for us for the first at Alexandra Park, which isn't too far away, big man. You've got to get our horse.
It's back from 9s into 6s at the moment. That's Zach Maguire. I thought he's a great bet in race number 1. That race will kick off in about 15 minutes. And of course, Mark Cookson on track tonight for the boys.
All right, well, that was my on-track highlight. Off-track for me is these people behind the cameras and the crew. Throughout the week it's been incredible. For some of us we've got a day to go, but and all of them are involved in that. It truly has been a wonderful trackside experience. I hope you've enjoyed it at home. We've taken great pleasure in bringing it to you, and I hope you're back to winner throughout the week, and don't forget Riccarton still to come tomorrow. And of course up in Auckland, the people pushing the buttons up there as well, it's been a massive involvement from them too. We're going to leave you with some colour from Addington Raceway on this show day. Complete the action from Addington.
And you taught me to fly. I don't know how we are close to the sky, wondering why I am blind in the dark, like you said. I'll be your dragon tonight. You will never see me on the streets. Here's our records on repeat. You will never see me on the streets. Here's our records on repeat. I'll be your dragon tonight. You will never see me on the streets. Here's our records on repeat. You will never see me on the streets. Here's our records on repeat.
New Zealand Cup and Show Week. The curtain comes down on Addington, but tomorrow at Riccarton, race number 1 at 11:40. It's Cup Day and 1,000 Guineas Day, where the fillies will do battle for Group 1 glory. Off to Whanganui. Rosso, news of a late scratching here in race 6.
Very late. Ryan Homebush Olive, number 8, came out of the kennel and then went back to the kennel. So clearly they found an issue with it. I'm not officially aware of what that issue is, because it has just happened this very minute. It's come out of the market. So a very late scratching here, the 8 Homebush Olive. Miss Allegro's the favourite off the inside. Her form isn't flash, but she is fresh. She should race well in that state. She in the past has been very good from box 1. She has actually been beaten in her last 2 box 1s. And she's not quite as brave as she was. She had a very bad fall here going back some time ago. But nonetheless opted with her. Boxer Fluffy's dog 2, a kennel mate, is a greyhound that does like to be near the rail too. Put the 3 in for third. Botany Win, a greyhound who's a former class 5. Weight fluctuation today up 1.3. Miss Allegro's down 1.1. I like that with her. Botany Win's won at a variety of weights, so it doesn't seem to matter too much. Pink Shellac's up 1.6 to 28.6. Its recent wins have been at less than that, but it has won at 28.2. To the boxes, race 6, Keen and Concrete, Wanganui, class 2s and 3s. Off the inside, Miss Allegro, Botany Win, Pink Shellac and Chinese Star. Up goes Boxer Fluffy, Cyclone Lucy, Ginger Cole, late scratching the 8 Homebush Olive. Lined and ready, favourite off the inside, Miss Allegro, let's see how she steps. Set. Racing Miss Allegro out only fairly here. Boxer Fluffy's out well. Miss Allegro charges through now. Cyclone Lucy's there early and Ginger Cole goes forward around the outside. Pink Shellac gets checked in behind them. Is followed through here by Botany Win. Pink Shellac goes back second last there with Chinese Star. Around the corner, it's Ginger Cole out wide. Closer into Boxer Fluffy's, further back to Cyclone Lucy. Ooh, tight. Go the outside, Ginger Cole there on Boxer Fluffy's. Good go though from Cyclone Lucy. Then maybe Miss Allegro or with that Pink Shellac. Further back then to Chinese Star, Botany Win. And the late scratching of the 8 Homebush Olive just a couple of minutes from jump time. Number 6, Ginger Cole on the outside has scored here over Box of Fluffies. Cyclone Lucy third ahead of Pink Shellac fourth, and then Miss Allegro in a 17.85. Now into this first bend, Miss Allegro a touch slow, then she started to push through on the inside. Cyclone Lucy showed customary early speed. Ginger Cole got around the outside. Miss Allegro just got a wee bit tangled up going around that first bend. As the two got on her heels, the kennel mates not helping each other that much. Might have cost Boxer Fluffies the race too. Honest the winner nonetheless. Ginger Cole took a wee bit of money too. Gary Ross and Sarah Voice, they got a couple of winners on Wednesday. They've had a good week. Win 10, start 36 for this dog by Dinah Lachlan out of the brilliant Ashley, Winsome Ashley. A nose, 3 lengths and 2 lengths have been the margins here, and it has been 6, 2, 4 and 5. 17.85, 6.98 the leader. Run home of 10.87. Ginger Cole maintains a high winning strike rate. Hasn't won for a wee while, but he's done the job tonight. Boxer Fluffies tried hard, very little between the two at the line. That's the 6th on the card. Race number 7 starts our place 6, the Pala Mountain Scientific Nutrition. It's a class 2 sprint. 7 and 9 come out. 10 Captain's Choice goes from box number 7. That race, Ryan, is time to go at 6.53.
Cheers, Rosso. Looking forward to the call there. 6, 2, 4 and 5. Ginger Cole 641.70. Boxer Fluffies 160. Cyclone Lucy $2.90. 2 and 6 11.80. 6, 2 and 4 $196. First 4 $1,518.70. Completes the double 3 and 6 15.40. Concession with 2 6.20. Treble 136 $118.50. Right from Hattrick Raceway, and we knock one harness venue on the head and we kick off another. We go to Alexandra Park for 8 races this evening, and Mark Cookson is our man on track with Aaron White. It's 17 degrees. It's been a balmy day in Auckland. Spring has sprung really in the last couple of weeks up here, and the strawberries are growing lovely in the garden. Track is fast. Let's run through the scratchings on all 8 races. 2 quaddies tonight. No pick 6. We've had that at Addington, but quaddies on races 1 and 5. Take out the 5 LeBron in the first. They all start the second. Race 3, scratch number 6, Nicole Vidasova. Race number 4, scratch 1, Jomo. Race 5, 3 and 4 come out, Northern Velocity and Charleston Bell. And in the 6th, take out the 4, Mr. Good and Evil. Over the page, last couple of races, the Auckland Cup and National Trot Noms Mobile Pace, scratch 3 and 6, and they all start the Sims Pacific Medals Mobile Pace. Very good afternoon to Mark Cookson. Cookie, we've got 8 races at the park this evening, and we're looking forward to you tipping us some winners. Good evening.
An evening to you, Ryan, and to all of the viewers out there. Hopefully you've enjoyed the day at Addington Raceway. Certainly wasn't the day we did expect. Here at Alexandra Park, it's been a beautiful day in Auckland, as you mentioned, Ryan, and what a day it is to start off Christmas at the races here for the Auckland Trotting Club. They've got a big marquee out at the end of the public stand there, and that'll be filling up, and of course they've got some spots for the next couple of meetings too in December. We'll talk about that a bit later on tonight. Yes, we do have the 8 races. We've got the Dunstan Speed Series final for the Trotters, and Paramount Dream is going to be particularly short in that race tonight, so very good type for the John and Josh Dickey barn, and we know how they can prepare those trotters with their success with Speeding Spur, of course the champion trotter of last season, the youngster. Alright, let's have a look at the best bet tonight. It's a bit of an even old night in terms of the Drivers' Challenge, and a few of the races have some even ones outside of that Paramount Dream race. Looking towards the last race, number 8 tonight, in Touch of Success. This horse has gone very well in its most recent couple of outings. Mango's given it every chance, and if he gives it another good chance today, I think it will be winning and going one better than those most recent couple of outings. So race 8, number 3, and yeah, that Stonewall Stud Drivers' Challenge is certainly pretty even old go between Josh Dickey, Brent Mangos, Morris McKendry, and also David Butcher, who we'll talk to throughout the night. We'll talk to David, Josh and Brent about their chances throughout the evening. Race number 1 tonight's around about 6 minutes off. It is the Woodland Stud Mobile Pace, first of a double, and because it's an 8-race card, it does kick off the early quaddie, and we're on meeting code number 5. Favourite with the bookmakers is number 9, that is Talk to Me Your Majesty. Now this horse is formerly with Michael House, and Brent Mangos has got it. He had it for its second start, for its second win. It won for Michael House, of course, produced Franco Nelson. What a run Franco Nelson in the New Zealand Cup, first up since January to run into 4th position. So he prepared this horse for its first run in early September at Addington Raceway, and then Brent Mangos had it last time to the races. It had its first run from that barn, and he sped across to the lead, and a very nice performance. Matt Anderson was driving that day. That was in a junior drivers event, of course, but that was the first run in the barn of Brent Mangos. There's a look at Lusty Mac. I know Aaron White's pretty keen on Lusty Mac. It's first up at the races today since April. It's had 4 wins from 9 starts, and it has been to the workouts recently. In fact, it's had 2 wins and a placing at the Cambridge workouts. The most recent of those was last Saturday, so it's looking in good form at the workouts, and it is, of course, back today from a C1 to 3 event, which it contested before it went out to Spell when it ran 4th to start Dreaming. It's back today to a C1 to C2 event. We're 4.5 minutes out. Let's catch up with the first of our interviews tonight. That is Josh Dickey, and he is the co-trainer and driver of Majestic John. Josh, race number 1, Majestic John. Tell us what happened last time to the races, and obviously going into today, all things being equal, what's its chances?
Yeah, he just got caught out doing a little bit of work, just a victim of circumstance. He's been driven like that once before when I at Cambridge there one night, and he was short price favourite and then the same sort of result. So Ben couldn't do too much more last week, but it's just the way it was. But he is just a sit and sprint horse. If he can get the right run, he does have quite a good finish on him.
Josh Dickey with Majestic John, and this is the son of Christian Cullen. Zach Maguire, I tell you what, with the bookmakers in Petone, through from James at the racing desk. Best backed runner in this race is Zach Maguire, runner number 8 in the first on the program. It's been well backed. Craig Thompson, he tipped this out before they went off air there at Addington, opened at $9 last night. It has been backed in to that quote you see now for Zach Maguire of $4.60. Now, what they've had on Zach Maguire, it's had a $1,000 bet, $1,000 at $6.50, in fact $4.80. $1,000 at $4.80 he's brought it into $4.60, but it was $9 when the bookmakers opened the market last night, and Zach Maguire's driver is David Butcher. David, race number 1, Zach Maguire, a nice win a couple of starts ago, but last time to the races in that size heat, what happened there?
Yeah, we just got a bit of a bump turning for home and lost our momentum. He still went all right. It's a drop in class today, and he's an each-way chance.
Of course, this horse, Zach Maguire, was 3rd in that very, very quick sire stakes heat at Cambridge Raceway in behind Art Form, who lined up in the final, of course, and they went very quick that day, came home in 55.7. This horse went on to win over the 2,200 metres from a wide alley over Urban Tiger, who's racing later on tonight for Brent Mangos, and then fifth last time to the races. Wee bit of a problem there the other day, and behind Can't Refuse here at Alexandra Park. But today it's been well backed. It's at $4.40 now, runner number 8. There's a look at the favourite for the race, which is Talk to Me Your Majesty. Let's hear from this gelding's trainer-driver, Brent Mangos. Brent, Talk to Me Your Majesty is 2 starts for 2 wins, won by about 3.5 on both occasions. Where will you look to be tonight from that draw?
Yeah, Mark, I'll just say play it by ear. You know, he's pretty adaptable sort of horse. He doesn't have to be leading. He's had a couple of trials where he's been driven in behind and he's been good as gold. So, he just needs a bit of luck in the running. A couple of quite nice horses in there. Mike Burgess mare's pretty nice mare, and 2 or 3 others. So, pretty good horse all the same, and I think he'll go pretty good.
$3.40 on the tote. $3.30 tote favourite is runner number 2, Lusty Mac, and that's the runner that I've gone for in the first at 2, 8, 1 and 9. I put Zach Maguire in for second. Your Lusty Mac on top after those workout runs at Cambridge Raceway, the 2 wins in the placing. 8 Zach Maguire in for second, the colt by Better's Delight for trainer Ray Green, and David favourite in the Stonewall Stud Drivers Challenge. 1 Jet Black Shadow, who of course has the pole position today for Nicky Chilcott's got the blinds on, and then Talk to Me Your Majesty put that in for 4th. 2, 8, 1 and 9 in the first. We can head upstairs for the opening leg of the quaddie and get the thoughts of Aaron White. Aaron, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening to you too, Mark. The Woodland Stud Mobile Pace to open the first of our Christmas at the races here at the park for 2015. 2 Lusty Mac for me. She raced very well as a 3-year-old. She's back in her 4-year-old season. The workout form's been good. $3.30, $1.90. She's on top. 9 Talk to Me Your Majesty. Mango's going to have to be at his brilliant best to get away from the inside, the early stages of the race here. Just that draw had Lusty Mac on top for me. The 6 Sir Richie, he's in the mix. Well, you see the horse he beat prior to his spell back on the 24th of July. That was Risk. He went on and won the Te Awamutu Cup and also the Holmes DG Handicap back in his new campaign, Risk. So it's a bit of good form around Sir Richie. And number 8, Zach Maguire, would have been good enough too to take his place in that Sire Stakes final down at Addington on Cup Day after being unlucky in a heat here on the 16th of October. His win on the 9th of October, very good. Just the draw against him tonight. 2, 9, 6 and 8.
Thanks, Aaron. This is the first leg of the TAB Quaddie. Second leg, Paramount Dream looks to be an anchor there in that Dunstan Speed Series final off the fantastic performance it ran in the heat. Third leg, here's Shifty's got barrier number 5. Celtic Warrior is a downgrader in this race. A bit of talk about that runner on track, as well as Elliot Daniel. That's been the whisper on course in the third leg of the early quaddie. And the final leg, you've got Idle Bones and Al Bundy. They'll fight out that handicap trot, class 2 to 7. In behind the mobile, though, best backed runner with the bookmakers is number 8, Zach Maguire. On the tote now, $3.20. Lusty Mac's gone favourite. The favouritism has changed on the tote a few times as we get set for the first with our caller, Aaron White.
And the runners come to the lane. 2 1/4 laps. Christmas at the races 2015. Down they come, we're just about there. Green light up in the Woodland Stud Mobile Pace field to go, and Lusty Mac accelerates off the gate strongly to be the early leader over Jet Black Shadow. Sir Richie comes forward, then Look and Listen. Now Mango took Talk to Me Your Majesty all the way back to last to get away from the markers. Sahara Zona's in front of him with Mischief Maker getting back in the field. Zach Maguire from his wide draw. Majestic John was also eased off the arm, so as they head out to the 1800 metres, and Lusty Mac getting away with quite a cosy first part of the race here by 2 Jet Black Shadow. Sir Richie moving up to 3rd and parked. Then Sahara Zona, 3 back on the inside. Look and Listen now into the 1-1. That's been tracked forward by Mischief Maker. On its back is Talk to Me Your Majesty, 8 lengths off the lead. They're followed by Majestic John, and back last is Zach Maguire. 43 and 3 the lead time into the back straight coming up, and they're about to turn onto the showgrounds turn, and Lusty Mac, the McArdle mare, back on new campaign as a 4-year-old, and with 1400 to go, she's racing along nicely in front. Jet Black Shadow, Sir Richie Hes. Talk to Me Your Majesty coming forward now for Mango. Back on the inside, Sahara Zona, then Look and Listen, Mischief Maker, Majestic John, Zach Maguire. 1200 to go. Talk to Me Your Majesty. Breasts up alongside Lusty Mac, who doesn't offer up a challenge for the lead. 31 and 4 was the opening quarter, so Talk to Me Your Majesty, the Royal Majesty 4-year-old, looking to remain unbeaten, and he's automatically flicked the years forward now that he's in front. 3 back on the inside, Jet Black Shadow as they work the stables corner. Sir Richie still out parked, and Look and Listen 1-1. Sahara Zona just over racing 4 back on the inside as a bit of speed went out of the race. Once Talk to Me Your Majesty took the front, 800 left to go. Majestic John, Zach Maguire the last pair, 30 and 6 the second quarter. Talk to Me Your Majesty into the back. Mango's got a nice rein on him, as to Lusty Mac for Philip Butcher. Santa's pick in the first, up on the outside, Sir Richie doing it tough. Back on the inside then to Jet Black Shadow, then came Look and Listen. Sahara Zona, Mischief Maker comes out 3, that's pushed out Zach Maguire 4. Majestic John back last and 9 off the lead, 500 to go. Talk to Me Your Majesty sweeping across the showgrounds turn final time, 29 and 1. The back straight quarter, Lusty Mac will wait the passing lane, then Sir Richie, Look and Listen. Back on the inside, Jet Black Shadow, Mischief Maker, homeward bound. Talk to Me Your Majesty. Lusty Mac comes strongly to his inside now. Talk to Me Your Majesty. Lusty Mac opens up strongly on the passing lane, 2 lengths. Jet Black Shadow, Sahara Zona, Mischief Maker. Talk to Me Your Majesty. Lusty Mac though drives hard the inside. Lusty Mac will just edge past Talk to Me Your Majesty. They were followed then by Jet Black Shadow 3rd, then Sahara Zona, Mischief Maker, Sir Richie, Look and Listen, Majestic John, and Zach Maguire. 242.4, 56.8 was the half, and 27.6 the final 400 metres. Woodland Stud Mobile Pace, and it goes the way of the race favourite. In fact, no, she closed up second favourite on the tote, but Santa got it right. Lusty Mac back as a 4-year-old, put together a very good record as a 3-year-old filly, and she'll just take further improvement out of this fresh up victory. Talk to Me Your Majesty, taste defeat for the first time tonight, but does it valiantly, and then Jet Black Shadow after a soft run on the pegs for 3rd in front of Sahara Zona. Woodland Stud Mobile Pace, Santa got it right in the first, Lusty Mac.
Official placings race 1, the Woodland Stud Mobile Pace. 291 10 4 6. 291 10 4 6. Horse 2, Lusty Mac, paced the 2200 metres in 242.39. A mile rate of 158.7. Last 856.8. The 427.6. The margins ahead, 2.5 lengths, 2 lengths. 291 10 4 6. Race 1, Woodland Stud Mobile Pace.
First call of the night from our judge, Graham McLennan, goes the way of the second favourite, Lusty Mac. McArdle 4-year-old bay mare out of That's It, raced by breeders KH and Mrs. I Bowles, along with SM and Mrs. M.A. Bowles. Congratulations to you. She's come back in fine fettle as a 4-year-old mare. Lusty Mac prepared at Cambridge by Mike Berger. Philip Butcher doing the driving, and gets the Woodland Stud Mobile Pace in fine fashion. Beating out Talk to Me Your Majesty, number 9. Royal Majesty 4-year-old bay gelding out of Talk to Me Later, raced by the Howlets, BJ, Mrs. Ali and JR. Brent Mangos, the trainer-driver, Pukekohe. And a 1, Jet Black Shadow, Jeremy's Jet Brown 5-year-old gelding out of Home in the Shade for 3rd, BM Lichter. WLLE, CG Thomas, along with Mrs. A. Wyringer. Don't Tell the Mrs. Syndicate and GD Burkett, the owners. Nikki Chilcott, the trainer-driver, also from Cambridge. Totes, Lusty Mac, number 2 at $3.40 into $1.40. 340, 140, 9 Talk to Me Your Majesty, $1.50. 150 and 1 Jet Black Shadow, $2.80, 280. Quinella returns $3.80, $3.80. Trifecta $43.50, $43.50. First four, $405.20, $405.20. Just note race 2, the Dunstan Speed Series final. Number 8, Little Miss Zigzag, Mark Burley. Number 9, Leilua Invasion, Sean McCaffrey. Those are the changes to your official race program driver-wise in the second on the card tonight. That race is timed to go at 5 minutes after 7. McGowan Racing Stables Kids Carts 400 metre pony trot. It's the first of 2 of the Kids Carts action on the card tonight. I'll hand you over to Cameron Shaw to bring you through with the Kids Carts here.
So runners at the start for the first of our kids carts this evening. The McGowan Racing Stables 400 metre handicap trot, both 400 metres tonight, as was the case last week. It's the 11 of them this week, a little bit lighter on numbers. Front row, Snacky, Delightful Eddie and Ghostbuster from 30 behind. Latte, 70 behind for Gentle Ben. 80 for Sparky, 90 for Georgie Boy and Jelly Bean. 120 for Toby, Cosmo and also Porcelain Doll. Will effectively be going 520. Not effectively, they will actually be going 520. Only 3 of them off the front here. So just waiting on a couple to turn in. Quite a few to turn in actually. Not many are set and ready here for the first. Getting a little closer now, the McGowan Racing Stables Kids Carts. 400 metre handicap trot. Front row stand well. Just waiting on a few behind. And they are released. First away was Delightful Eddie. Clearly out better than Snacky off the front, although Snacky's coming back underneath it. Followed back by Ghostbuster, who is third early. After quite a gap we find the sole 30 metre marker and Latte. Another large gap away then to Gentle Ben, who's a few lengths in front of Sparky. Georgie Boy and Jelly Bean trying to hunt him down. After another large gap we go to Toby. Around Toby is Porcelain Doll, followed back by Cosmo, who is last of the field of 11. It's the front runners, they get ready to turn up into the stretch. Well up in front is Snacky now, was beaten off the mark but quickly went underneath the second runner and has now got away quite nicely on the rest of the field. Starting to make a little bit of a move into the race is Ghostbuster. It gets around a few runners and ends up in second placing, followed back then by Delightful Eddie, who runs along and around third spot. Latte is fourth, followed back in the field then to Gentle Ben, who's running along fifth. The best of the rest, after quite a large gap, we go back to find Sparky. As they come down to around the 150 metre mark, Snacky's well out in front here. Trying to close in on it is Delightful Eddie. It's been running along second most of the way. Continues to do so. Gentle Ben runs along third. It's the best of the rest, followed back in the field to Latte, runs along fourth. Just over 50 metres left to go. Snacky still out in front. Trying to gun it down towards the inside. Ghostbuster just shifts back towards the inside. Ghostbuster coming after Snacky. Snacky starting to wobble, goes into a gallop and through along the inside. Ghostbuster. Ghostbuster pulls away with the first. Snacky finishes up second. Gentle Ben held third. Dashing over to fourth was Toby. Clearly ahead of Georgie Boy, who was next. Followed in by Cosmo, just going over the line now with Porcelain Doll. Followed back by Latte. Next then was Jelly Bean, Sparky, and a gap away to Delightful Eddie. First off the front row, ended up last of all. First of the night for the kids' carts, the McGowan Racing Stables. 400 metre handicap trot went to 3, Ghostbuster. Nate Delaney from Franklin. Called him at a few workouts too. Had a couple of drives at the workouts as Nate. I think second was his best at the workouts. Anyway, he's won the kids' cards the first of the day. Snacky second, the 1 Tegan Edwards from Franklin also. 5 Gentle Ben, Brianna Thomas that is. Kermew. 4th over 9 Toby, 3, 1, 5 and 9, the first of the day, the McGowan Racing Stables, going the way of Ghostbuster.
Back from the inside draw. Funnily enough, he's been to Class 3, Corborn Douse, but the last 2 times he's been to Class 2, he's fallen out immediately after 3 misses. But went for Shin Zigzag, stayed with him. He ran a pretty fair race. He was beaten on merit by Lagoon Mac the other day by 3.5, but they ran a good time. 21.64, 10th of a second outside the best of the day. His wins have come from closer in Shin Zigzag, but he'll muscle up, he'll run a race, and he's backable each way. 8 dogs, Semantics, clearly a chance. The last win it actually had on this track was back in May, and it was the Class 5 Premier Sprint. This is a Class 2. You just expect her to come out and do the job. She ran second, dead-headed for second, behind Elite Dose last week, and Rapid Dash actually came from about 4 lengths off her to pick her up. But still, you'd expect her to go pretty boldly here. She's only won 2 from 31 this course in distance, which is surprising, especially given one of them was a Class 5 Premier Sprint. However, she's more than capable of winning this. Went 6 over the 8, then the 2, another cover, Class 1 winner, 3 back. Dog who's won 11 overall. Run some reasonable times around here, sort of around a 17.75 dog. 17.72 has been his best for the McInerney team. And Death Star off the inside, who comes in a touch fresh, and the inside draw, an opportunity for her to regain some form because she's better than what she's been showing us of late. And as I say, some money for her, give you a little bit of confidence if you've gone down the Death Star road here tonight. 10 dogs, Captain's Choice comes in off the ballot. He slipped back through the grades too. He's a recent downgrader from Class 3. He won a race 6 starts back, but it was actually a poor win, if there's anything can be described as that. It was a soft win. It was 18.04, box 6, a few dogs getting checked. I mean, a win's a win, and he did win it, but he's shown nothing since. He does drop back to Class 2, or has dropped back there for 1 run, and then had a month off. But hasn't been anywhere near his best to suggest that he's a chance, and he's been fairly ordinary from wide draws too, and that's what he's got tonight. But he makes up a second runner here for Matt Roberts, who's also got Corborn Doused, so Captain's Choice into box 7. He's had 17 goes from the outside 2 traps, hasn't won in just 5 minor placings. Lord d'Air in the middle has been racing pretty well in recent visits here. She doesn't win out of turn, and she is a bit ordinary early. Fangirl steps up in class, box 1 win last time at Palmerston North. Hasn't been flashed from the middle to date. Greyhounds called forward for race 7, Palo Mountain Scientific Nutrition, Class 2 Sprint. Off the inside, Death Star, Corborn Doused has the 3, Gold Ruggers, Lord d'Air. And into box 7, Captain's Choice in the red, white and blue. Another cover stepping forward with Fangirl, Shin Zigzag and Semantics the outside. Semantics at $3.30. Lined and ready the 7th. Lure of the traps was set. Racing, Semantics a reasonable break, and Death Star's away quickly too. Captain's Choice is there, and Shin Zigzag punches forward. Then we've got another cover. Is followed through there by Fangirl and Corborn Doused, and back with that too was Lord d'Air. Round the corner, Death Star in front of Shin Zigzag. Semantics another cover. Death Star muddy lands. Shin Zigzag second, Semantics third, then another cover. Further back in the race to Lord d'Air, followed through by Fangirl. Corborn Doused was in a spot of bother, and Captain's Choice last in. Death Star made full use of box 1 in a 17.75. 10.73 run home from the 6. Shin Zigzag, 8 Semantics the favourite third, and another cover next to go by. Let's watch them from the hop. Semantics began pretty well the outside, but it was a fairly good line with Death Star driving hard early. Shin Zigzag got into quite a nice spot. Captain's Choice was there early too. So we watch them into this first bend. Captain's Choice gets squeezed between the 8 and the 6, and then runs out of shade on the 4. Death Star by Addis Boy out of Test Token Darcy Putama and Adam Jenkins own. Darcy trains along with his partner Kelly Gommans at Wanganui. Win 8 at start number 57 for Death Star. Her last win was early June. 3/4 of a length, 2.5 lengths, 2 lengths. 7:02 has been the lead up here. 17:75. That full time with a run home 10:73 as mentioned. There's the 7th. We watch them charge into the straight. The 8th on the card here, Dopey Dog Laser Engraving, another Class 2 sprint with 3 and 10 out. 9 Homebush Misha into box number 3, and Ryan will send them on their way at 7:23.
Cheers, Rosa. You jumped out of the boxes, found the lead, couldn't be caught. I thought Semantics had every chance from box 8, jumped just in behind them, wasn't quick enough. Shin Zigzag in between. 561.70 for Death Star, $1.80 Shin Zigzag, and $1.30 Semantics. 1682, 1 and 6, 12.90, 168, 62.80. First 4, $341.90. Look, all place dividends under $2. Let's hope your place 6 got away to a nice start, $2,200 in the pool. The 8th is the Dopey Dog Laser Engraving. The Class 2s go around here. MBD off the inside, the early favourite at $3 for John McInerney. Marcy Phipps got Ruarama in this race. Looks a chance, $4.20 and $1.60. Right, let's wrap the Ipswich Greyhound result for you. Just been a little bit slow in coming in this result, we apologise. Spring It On, 460.270. Alpha Mimos 260, Bank On Me 260, 4 and 9, 13.10, 498, 150, 260. The first 4 with the 10, 658, 10. Treble 5, 5 and 4, $49.10. Let's have a quick squiz at the market. The $1.10 favourite is Paramount Dream. Well, drifting $1.20 now for Paramount Dream was very, very comfortable win when resuming here at the park. Did it really, really easily in a C1 to C3 race for the mares. C1 to C4, this looks no tougher, and will be at the park for this event on the back of the break.
Sir Lincoln, all class.
TAB Trackside 1 back here at Alexandra Park ahead of race number 2 tonight. This is the final of the Dunstan Speed Series. It's over the 1,700 metres and we're 6 minutes away from a start. Paramount Dream is the favourites. Massive victory in one of the heats over Lelua Invasion, won by 5 lengths. Did it very easily. Had a nice 3-year-old season. If you look at some of the horses, it did race in behind as a 3-year-old, and the Northern Derby, of course, raced there. But some of the horses finished second last, obviously, but the horses that beat at home are some big names, including stablemate in Speeding Spur. Mon Bay, of course, who was a winner on Cup Day, didn't back up today in the big trot, of course, which was won by Master Lavros, and the massive training performance from Mark Jones to get that horse right and get the kinks out of Master Lavros to win another Dominion this afternoon. And of course Prince Fearless too for the Purton Rasmussen team, who's performed well over Cup Week. And this horse, Paramount Dream, Santa's pick in the race, very nice win first up. The other winner of the heats for the Dunstan Speed Series final was Little Miss Zigzag, runner number 8, won last week's heat. Mark Burley, the trainer-driver, he trains about 10 horses, and it is the second elect in behind this red hot pot in Paramount Dream in the second leg of the quaddie. It wasn't a big margin between Little Miss Zigzag and runner number 7, All Royal Gal, who raced in both heats, was 4th in behind Paramount Dream in the first heat. Second heat last week, ran second. The margin was not much to Little Miss Zigzag. They battled it out to the line, and James Stormont retains the drive as he did in the second heat. First heat, that race, the Paramount Dream heat, Tony Hurler, he took the drive, but no Tony today. He's down in Christchurch, and James Stormont continuing his association with All Royal Gal, who draws a similar draw to the other day here. We need to hear from Josh Dickey, who is the co-trainer and driver of our red hot pot here in race number 2, that is Paramount Dream. Josh, Paramount Dream had an outstanding season last season, and going off the back of the heat, obviously picking up where this horse left off.
Pretty much, yeah. It was quite a comfortable win for her last week. She gave me a good feel doing it. The barrier draw, she's got a few inside her that can run off, but we'll just see what happens. I don't think it's a real rush. We'll just cruise around with her, and the way she's come up, she's going to take a lot of beating.
How do you rate this horse in terms of your other bigger stable stars?
Yeah, well, she certainly shows enough that she's going to make it up through the top grades. And I think she's going to do it in this season. She's really stamped herself to be quite a nice trotter in the making. So she's certainly a lot different to the ones we've got. Seems like a nice enough stayer and doesn't quite have the high speed, but she's going to appreciate the open racing where they run quicker, and she'll always be there.
And of course, John and Josh Dickey know how to prepare trotters, as they have Speeding Spur, stablemate that I was referring to, one of the stable stars who performed outstanding last season as a trotter and capped it off in the Australasian Breeders' Crown across the Tasman against the trotters from the other side of the ditch. This is the second leg of the quaddie, and the winner of the first leg, Lusty Mac, getting home to win. Phil Butcher for Mike Berger. That was the 4th training success of the season for Mike Berger, and Phil Butcher gets another win. That takes Phil to 10 wins this season. So in this race, Paramount Dream obviously is on top. In for second, number 7, All Royal Gal, trained by Robert Dunn, of course, bases himself in the north with his team primarily, and John Dunn preparing the horses and doing a lot of the work down south. And that's in for second, the highest stakes earner in the race of $65,000, so 5 to beat 7. Then 8 Little Miss Zigzag, the winner of last week's second heat. And then number 9, Lelura Invasion, who will come off the back of Ventimiglia, Scotty Phelan for the McCaffrey and Painter team. Solid placings in both of the heats, second and a third, so should maybe put itself into the race here. It's the lone runner on the second row. Let's get to you, Aaron White, for your thoughts here around race number 2.
Yeah, I've gone 5, 8 to 7 and 9. Paramount Dream, I don't think she'll be beaten. And this, the pick is a Spur mare. Punters say that also Joshua Dickey. So she's clearly on top after what was a splendid heat victory by some 5 lengths, and did it quite comfortably too in a sub-2 minute mile rate. The 8, Little Miss Zigzag, she's well in the mix here for your Quinella trifecta and first 4 bets. She has drawn the wrong side of the favourite. If she'd drawn inside the favourite, she might have been one of the ones in the race that could have given a bit of cheek to Paramount Dream, but with that wide draw, she'll just be into the combination bets. 7, All Royal Gal, good win second, and behind Little Miss Zigzag, beaten at a slender margin last week. And 9, Lelura Invasion, after being placed in both of the heats, certainly has to be covered off in those combinations again. 5 to beat 8, 7 and 9.
Thanks for that, Aaron. They'll move up shortly here for race number 2 on the meeting code of 5. Checking the driver's challenge. Not too much movement, of course, with Phil Butcher taking the first on 3 points. Brett Mangos in second on 2. He's at 320. Josh Dickey's at 320. Although David Butcher's drifted from favourite, as I say that. When I was saying not too much movement, he's drifted from favouritism. He's at 330. Now Josh Dickey and Brett Mangos are both at 320, option 509, Morris McKendry at 4, and any other individual is at $8. First leg of the TAB treble with race number 2. Race number 3 is that second leg with Here's Shifty and Celtic Warrior, the downgrader, and then the C2 to 7 2,700 metre trot with Idle Bones and Al Bundy in that third leg of the TAB treble. So they move up shortly here for race number 2. It'll be good to see Paramount Dream at its second up run, the daughter of Pegasus Spur, out of the Sundon mare Paramount Spur. 5 wins from 12 starts. Could it be 6 tonight? Certainly, punters are saying yes. In behind the mobile for the final of the Dunstan Speed Series over the 1,700 metres. Here's the call with Aaron White.
The Dunstan Speed Series final for 2015. Great support again from Dunstan with these Speed Series events. Paramount Dream to run the very short prize favourite after what was a wonderful heat victory a couple of weeks ago. Set and ready. Green light flashes. Ventimiglia away from barrier 1 out fast, but then promptly gallops. So Ventimiglia losing its chance going back through the field. I Got Rhythms also galloped in the early stages. All Royal Gal, Little Miss Zigzag, first 2 on the journey. Paramount Dream given plenty of time to find her feet. She's up to 3rd on the Showgrounds turn first occasion. It's now or never back on the inside. There followed Terrace Cover, another one off Striders, Star Philly. Laylure Invasion gets underneath that. Then Ventimiglia and I Got Rhythm. The run off the gate in 6 seconds even. Little Miss Zigzag leads for Mark Burley, but here's the challenge from the race favourite. Paramount Dream opening quarter in 29.3. All Royal Gal is 3rd. 4th Terrace Cover on the outside of It's Now or Never. 2 or 3 lengths Laylure Invasion and Ventimiglia. 6 lengths away in the field then to I Got Rhythm and Star Philly. On the stables corner, and Little Miss Zigzag didn't want to hand up the lead here to the favourite Paramount Dream, so Joshua Dickey looks to ease to find the trail as All Royal Gal punches up on the inside and will keep her out parked. Terrace Cover 1-1. It's Now or Never 3 back on the inside, then Laylure Invasion on the back of Terrace Cover in the running line, then Ventimiglia second quarter 30 seconds. 5 lengths away in the field then to I Got Rhythm and Star Philly further back. Little Miss Zigzag leads by a neck over Paramount Dream. 600 left to go. Back on the inside All Royal Gal. Terrace Cover 1-1 back on the inside. It's Now or Never from Laylure Invasion. Ventimiglia I Got Rhythm and 4 lengths Star Philly off the back they come. Paramount Dream issues another challenge to Little Miss Zigzag, gets a neck in front, back straight quarter in 30.6. Paramount Dream extends the lead margin now to 3/4, make it a length over Little Miss Zigzag. All Royal Gal comes off the leader's back. Over on the outside Terrace Cover, then It's Now or Never. Laylure Invasion, Paramount Dream for home by 2. All Royal Gal, Laylure Invasion, Little Miss Zigzag. Paramount Dream though with 100 to go leads 2 from All Royal Gal and Laylure Invasion. Paramount Dream, well, she's had to do plenty of work tonight. She'll get the job done in 2:05.8 for the 1,700. All Royal Gal for second and third, Laylure Invasion, then Little Miss Zigzag. They were followed then by It's Now or Never, then came Terrace Cover. I Got Rhythm, Ventimiglia back with Star Philly. 2:05.8 the time, the last half in 60.4. 29.7 was the final quarter. Paramount Dream, well, she had to do plenty of work in the mid stages of the race when Joshua went up and looked for the lead off Little Miss Zigzag. Mark Burley didn't want to hand up the marker line to the favourite. Made a race of it, but the favourite too strong. All Royal Gal for second, Laylure Invasion third, Little Miss Zigzag to make up the first 4 in the Dunstan Speed Series final for 2015 to the race favourite Paramount Dream.
Official placings race 2, the Dunstan Speed Series final. 579.862. 579.862. Horse 5, Paramount Dream, trotted the 1,700 metres in 2:05.82. Mile rate of 159.1. Last 860.4, the 429.7. The margins 1 3/4 lengths, 3 1/4 lengths, 3 lengths. 579.862, race 2, the Dunstan Speed Series final.
So Santa with a 100% strike rate thus far this evening as Paramount Dream comes back at the head of the field. That's her 6th victory at start 13. Raced by Mrs. J.R. Davies, J.B. Davies, Mrs. M.A. Plain, Mrs. J.E. Sutherland and J.J. Hope. Congratulations to you. The Pegasus Spear Bay 4-year-old mare at a Paramount Star back at the head of the field. John and Joshua Dickey prepare at Clevedon. Joshua doing the driving. And Paramount Dream bred by Studholme Bloodstock Limited and G.F. Gimblett. Dunstan Speed Series final for 2015. It's been another great edition of this series. We thank Gretel Weber and the team from Dunstan for their continued support of a great series for the fillies and mares in both the trotting and pacing gates. Gordon Robertson also down there, part of the victory celebrations, a steward of the Auckland Trotting Club. 7 All Royal Gal for second, Monarchy Royd in action, 5-year-old bay mare raced by the Newmans, AD and IM, Robert Dunn trained at Woodend Beach and James Stormont. 9 Leilua Invasion, Umbro Invasion, 8-year-old bay mare at a Tesla Lure raced by KR McGrath and Mrs. M.A. Barker. Sean McCaffrey, Ross Painter trained at Cambridge. Sean McCaffrey did the steering. Totes in the second and 5 Paramount Dream at $1.10 and $1, $1.10 and $1. 7 All Royal Gal $1.90, $1.90 and 9 Leilua Invasion $2.90, $2.90. Quinella $3.10, $3.10. The trifecta returns $16.80, $16.80 and the first 4 $36.20, $36.20. 2 and 5 in the double, $3 even, $3 neat, and the 2 and 7 concession $4.80, $4.80. Burn Support Mobile Pace, 2,200 metres to open place, 6 and a double is race 3 on the card. This evening we scratch number 6, Nicole Vitasova, no third dividend available in the third. We race at 25 minutes to 8 o'clock.
This is the last leg of the quaddie, our second last race for the program. Racing here, Metropolitan Racing tomorrow night. They're just about set. Isle of Man's the inside runner. And they're ready and they're racing, and Isle of Man and Johnny Rock commenced well, showing speed as home 3 in the centre. Further out on the track was Franco Novak and Get Up Spanish Red, and it's keen early doors. Deep as Crack Astride, followed in behind those runners then by I'm Tom DeLeo, Just a Dale, a Pyrus Boy. Drifting well back in the field now is Rocky Floyd, and back with it is In Transit as they leave the straight and head in the direction of the 1200 metres, and Johnny Rock was able to lead Franco Novak, Isle of Man and Get Up Spanish Red is next from I'm Tom DeLeo. 25-9 the first quarter. Followed next of all around the outside, taking closer order was Crack Astride, followed in the centre by Home 3. Then a Pyrus Boy, Just a Dale. Rocky Floyd will be suited by this cracker lacking tempo early doors. And at the tail end of the field is In Transit. 950 metres left to go. Down the back of the track and the leader Johnny Rock. Second parked outside it is Get Up Spanish Red, and Crack Astride's been 3 deep the entire, followed by Franco Novak, leaders back. Home 3's had a fair run, and then came Isle of Man, followed by Just a Dale, firing up a little from I'm Tom DeLeo. Well back as Rocky Floyd, a Pyrus Boy, and In Transit whips them in. 30-3 for the second quarter. 56-2 for the half as they run down the side of the track. Johnny Rock the leader. Get Up Spanish Red got with it in 3 parts and then came back on the inside of those runners, Franco Novak. Next is Home 3. Crack Astride's gone. Just a Dale takes off around the outside, and Isle of Man sticks to the inside, and Rocky Floyd tries to run home on the back of Just a Dale. They swing in. Johnny Rock, the one they got to catch, 28-1 the quarter. In second spot at the moment, trying to stick on is Franco Novak. Get Up Spanish Reds labouring, then Just a Dale and Rocky Floyd, and In Transit's the deepest. Johnny Rock led Franco Novak. Rocky Floyd just wanted to veer in a little there and have a look at In Transit getting home right off the track. The leader still Johnny Rock. Johnny Rock's clear with about 50 to go, and Johnny Rock will beat In Transit, Franco Novak and Isle of Man. And then Just a Dale, Rocky Floyd, Get Up Spanish Red, Home 3. I'm Tom DeLeo. Well back was a Pyrus Boy, and after a torrid trip, Crack Astride trails them in 28-4 last quarter, 28-1 third split, and 152-8 the run. Johnny Rock, it's a bit of a rough result here. Johnny Rock 760, but some roughies filling the minors, putting some spice into exotic bets. So the numbers here will read 297, and I think it was the one getting up on the inside prominent for fourth. Numbers are going into the frame. It's 2971, 2971, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 152.7.
Johnny Rocks, away it goes, 297 and the 1. It's returned 630 and 280. In Transit 280, Franco Novak $4. 2 and 9, 73.10. 297, $1,640.20. Carry forward in the first 4, $734. Double 770, concession $8.80. Treble $194.70. And the quaddie 7, 7, 10 and 2, $153. Perhaps the 8th at Menangle to hat-trick now. Sun starting to set. Race number 8 on the cards, the third leg of the triple trio. How many units live? I think I've got an update on that. Yes, I do. 5.95 units live going into the last. And you've all got a share of the concession pool, which reached $504.60. MBD, the favourite, $3 and $1.30.
The time.
Race 8 at Wanganui. The Dopey Dog Laser Engraving, C2, 305 metres. MBD up the top, 260 and $1.30. But John McInerney has won 17 of 138. The box 1 stats, 14 starts, 3 wins, 7 minors. So 10 times it's run in the money from this trap. So it looks a very strong chance. Mad Music was good 2 starts ago when winning in Class 1 and jumping up here. Had been really consistent. Jumped from box 5 here in the Class 2 debut. Didn't get all the luck. I'd stick with it on that prior form, although the box 8 stats are good, the box 7 not so good, but I don't think it's the worst from out wide. $7 the bookies, 12s and 3.20. The place money is certainly worth a look. Just under 3 minutes out to Rozzo. Rozzo, your thoughts here around race number 8. You've stuck Ruarama on top here, another that goes pretty well at the track.
Yes, Ryan, look, with no great conviction, I think this is a pretty open affair. Went 5, 1, 7 and 8, and the 5-dog Rural Rama ran a pretty good race behind No Time Yet to 2 back. And the 5th last start, there was actually enough in it to give me a little bit of a chance. It went for the rail initially from box 6, then it eased out a bit. It would have finished closer. It was run wide by Kaputski on the home bend, so I was happy to take a chance on Rural Rama off the 5 here. Over the 1 MBD, who has won 17 races. Had box 1 5 back, bombed the start and ran 4th, and prior to that was second to up high from its previous box 1, but generally she can use it reasonably well. And Mad Music, your thoughts around her? She's interesting because when she's won from box 8, she's jumped about a length and a half, 2 lengths clear, and she's been able to cross. She does like to head for the rail. And when she jumps clear, obviously that's no problem. And when she doesn't, it's a bit of an issue. She won off the 5 2 back, 1786, which is her best so far. That was in Class 1. And then she had the same draw and a completely different result last time, because when she doesn't jump, or she jumps in the pack, A, there's not much of her, and B, she's likely to run herself into a bit of trouble. So didn't want to leave her out entirely, Mad Music, and she should measure up okay here in Class 2. And the 8 Big Fat Gypsy doesn't win out of turn, this greyhound. Won in early May. It was a slow win that day in 1812 on a reasonable track. But she can place a bit, and Mad Music could drag her into the race and give her a bit of a chance here, Big Fat Gypsy. 4-dog is Manu Rama. His best has been from the inside. He ran a 5-length third to Corborn Midget off box 6, though 3 back to give him some sort of hope. He's just been getting out sort of in the midfield of late, though, and it really doesn't give you too many options. Manu Rama. So we've got Manu Rama and Arua Rama right next door to each other here. Al Jetta's back on the track. He's a 5-year-old. He's having started 176. He won a Class 4 race in late May. He's down to Class 2, fresh up since the end of July. It'd be most interesting to see how he goes. I wasn't prepared to put him in, but there's a few Al Jetta fans out there. Matt Roberts trains. And still life in the old legs of Al Jetta. Here without you off box 6, limited experience around here, just the 6 starts, hasn't won here, 3 minor placings. Led up when second to Homebush Misha at Palmerston North, 3 back. Been a wee while since a win, it was back in March. It was Class 3, Homebush Misha's in this race. Recent downgrader pops into box number 3 here. That win over Here without you at Palmerston North was 5 starts ago. Bit of noise here downstairs. A few people come out to the finish post and watch here. 1 or 2 of them thought the stirrup was the race and were actually asking if they'd won anything. There they are. Stirrup went round. And one of them piped up, did I win? Who won? Hopefully this time round they'll get the right result. Dopey Dog Laser Engraving Class 2 Sprint. MBD. Homebush Misha, green and white into box 3, Rural Rama, Mad Music. Second line's Al Jetta, Madu Rama, Here Without You, Big Fat Gypsy. MBD, $2.60. Just changed to $2.40, gee, that's short. See if she can justify that. Under starters orders here, race 8. Favourite off the inside, MBD, ready. Racing MBD up nicely here. Manu Rama hops into its work early too. Aljetta's there with Big Fat Gypsy out wider on the track. They'll be followed back in the pack by Homebush Misha. Well back with them too. We've got Mad Music. Rua Rama's well back as they come up to the corner here. In front is MBD from Manu Rama, closer into Aljetta, and Big Fat Gypsy out wider. MBD is in from Manu Rama. I think just third Aljetta. That was bold resuming. Without wider of that, then we had Big Fat Gypsy. Homebush Misha was back behind them. Rural Rama never in it, nor was Mad Music here without you. 1781. MBD does justify the shorts. 1, 4, 2 and 8 on the board. 1, 4, 2, 8. Run home's been 1081, so a 7-second flat lead up here. MBD jumped nicely and controlled the race really. Manu Rama hopped off the lids nicely today. Held down second. Aljetta fresh up, the 5-year-old in for third, ahead of Big Fat Gypsy. Off the break, MBD, she always gives the impression that she sort of goes down on her nose. It's just the way she takes that second stride, but she balanced up well and just had too much speed to the first bend for Manu Rama. Big Fat Gypsy was there back in the pack. The 5 and the 6 are over the top of each other somewhat. I think it's just the margins we haven't had, and it's 2 lengths, half a length, and a hit. The winner, MBD, is by Bit Chilly out of Fringe. Jay Williams owns, John McInerney trains. Win 18 at start 139. Race 9 begins our second quaddie. It's the 5-star Kennels and Runs Class 3 sprint over the 305 metres minus the ballots. And Ryan, we're underway at 7:54.
Thanks, Rosso. Looking forward to that. In between them, we've got the 3rd from Alexandra Park and the 9th coming in from Bendigo. Let's wrap the 8th at Hattrick. MBD 250, 120. Manu Rama 230. Aljetta, yeah, was good resuming, $2.50. Start 177 today, Aljetta. 1, 4, 2 and 8. Quinella 11.20. Trifecta 85.90. The first 4, $215.20. 1 and 1, 13.70. 1 and 4, 11.80. Your triple trio partially struck, $89.10. The winning units, 0.29 winning units, 0.29 winning units, and the concession dividend, 5.66 units, sharing $89.10. Back to the park, 8 minutes out from the 3rd. Elliot Daniel. Cookie said there'd been a bit of word for this. It was at 250. It's just slipped out to 270. Cash in. $3.20 and $1.65, and Celtic Warrior $3. 3 clear chances in this. We'll take a break and get the lowdown from Mark Cookson after this.
Sir Lincoln, today sire. Sir Lincoln, confirmation, pedigree, performance.
At the 150, Sir Lincoln to find them, and look at Pembroke Benny right down the outside. Sir Lincoln in front from Terra to Love. Sir Lincoln won the Trillion Trust Auckland Cup, second over Terra to Love. Sir Lincoln, who is absolutely flying.
Sir Lincoln dominant. Sir Lincoln, the Auckland Cup for Lincoln Farms.
He's watching, wins the Meadowlands Pace.
He's watching the world champion, the fastest horse ever.
This horse is definitely the fastest. You know, he could just absolutely fly.
Unbeaten US 2-year-old of the year, setting 5 track records and 2 world records.
In the Meadowlands Pace, I felt like he did have wings because he just floated all the way to the wire.
1:46 and 4, equaling the all-age world record.
He's watching, making his world debut as a sire at Alabar.
Welcome back here to Alexandra Park ahead of the 3rd race tonight. The band is playing and Christmas at the Races is up and running. Make sure you do check out the Alexandra Park Facebook page or alexandrapark.co.nz, as there's still spaces available in that marquee, and there are plenty of wee goodies you can get for your Christmas party in that marquee in the next couple of Christmas at the Races meetings at the park. And yes, there has been a bit of talk on track for runner number 8 in race number 3 tonight. That is Elliot Daniel. Jay Abernathy takes the drive once again on this horse. It's at 270 with the bookies, 310 on the tote. It has been competing at Cambridge and Alexandra Park with Trent Letherby driving. Most recently, Trent's driving Bubbly Babe, which gave him his first win at the Manawa 2 when this mare debuted, but Elliot Daniel has Jay Abernathy, a trainer-driver, back in the bike. 270 with the bookmakers. It's had 4 wins here around Alexandra Park out of the 5 that this gelding has had in its career. Dangers, well, Celtic Warrior is a downgrader. Did contest a C1 to 2 event last time, but of course is C2 back to C1. Tim Vince races and trains this one. It was at 270 with the bookmakers yesterday and has drifted out to $3 on option 503 right now. There's a look at the favourite, Elliot Daniel, by Live or Die, out of a Sansa Flying mare. And yeah, bit of talk about this one on track. Outside of that, number 1, Cashin. Salish Abernathy takes the drive today. It's been racing in amateur drivers' races of late at Cambridge and behind Speak Up and Cambridge Specialist and Our Southern Man. Salish takes the drive today. Trent Leatherby actually owns this horse. Eddie Phelan prepares and it comes off the pole. Won't carry a whip. It's at 320. It's equal second favourite with bookmakers, 370 and 230 on the tote. And number 5 is Here's Shifty. David Butcher for Peter and Vaughan Blanchard for the You Can't Bowl There syndicate. It's at start number 88. And David Butcher, we need to hear from him about runner number 5. David, Here's Shifty had a tilt at an amateurs race last time. How do you rate him against this field?
Oh, they're all claimers, are pretty much in the same boat. He'd need the race to be run quite quick for him, you know. He probably lacks a little bit of quick speed, but he's a place chance.
So that's David Butcher talking about the chances of Here's Shifty in the market today in this small field. Peter and Vaughan Blanchard prepare, and yet searching for win number 8 today, but maybe place chance at best. From the bookmakers, though, they have had a $1,000 bet at $8 on Here's Shifty. It was $8.50 last night. A $1,000 bet at the $8 quote and $1,500 on Elliot Daniel at $270. It was at $250 last night, and it is still at that $270 quote. So they've taken a $1,500 bet on that runner in race number 3 tonight. And I've got it on top here just for the fact that Jay is back in the bike here, and yeah, despite the outside draw, I think Jay will try and put this horse into the race. And you've got Salish on cash in there on the inside. Also a senior back in the bike today. So 8 on top to beat number 3 Celtic Warrior. This horse at start number 50. It's had the 4 wins and is coming off a performance in behind Eyebrow last time with Kyle Marshall. He retains the drive. It was a strong performance on the marker pegs. So that in for second, 5 Here's Shifty in for third. The gelding, who, as mentioned, was a winner over the 2,700 metres from the Mobile 2 starts ago over Master of Escape, and then went to that amateurs race last time to the races, and David back on board. So that in for third, and then Cashin on the pole in for fourth. So 8, 3, 5 and 1. Aaron, will come up to you for your numbers in race 3, the first leg of place 6 tonight.
Yeah, Celtic Warrior comes out of the junior drivers race last week over the 2,700 metres, a good placing there and behind Eyebrow. Prior to that, tight enough running behind Saucy Rebel, I thought, on this track in late October. So 3 Celtic Warrior. Santa looking to remain at his batting at 1,000 at this stage, with the first 2 already donned in Santa's cap winning. 8 Elliot Daniel, yes, a good run last week, comes out of that Eyebrow race as well. 1 Cashin from the inside. The last 2 runs have certainly been much improved, both of those down at Cambridge though. And here's Shifty. He's been mixing his form wildly this campaign. He was a winner at Cambridge 2 back. David Butcher for the Blanchards. 3, 8, 1 and 5 for me.
Thanks very much for that, Aaron. And information coming through from the stewards into race number 4 tonight. Regal Petite is in foal to Muscle Hill. Race number 4, number 7, Regal Petite is in foal. But here ahead of race number 3, 8, 3, 5 and 1 for me, and Aaron with the 3 Celtic Warrior on top. Stonewall Stud Drivers Challenge is option 509, and we've seen movement with Josh Dickey after his win in race number 2 tonight with the impressive Paramount Dream, who closed off at $1.15 with the bookmakers, so out from $1.10. Josh is at $2.80 now with the bookmakers and the Drivers' Challenge. David Butcher, who was our favourite, could get some points here. $3.40. $3.30 for Brent Mangos, so he's second. He's got the 2 points and $4.20 about Morris McKendry, $9 for any other individual driver. This is the first leg of the double on races 3 and 4. In that fourth event, you've got Idle Bones off 30 metres, and then Al Bundy's back off another 15 metres from its effort last week when Zach drove, defeating Idle Bones, and they'll meet again in race number 4 this evening. 30 seconds out from race number 3, and gee, it's been quite an interesting day of racing at Addington Raceway, wasn't it? Quite the change from Cup Day, where the Purdon Rasmussen team, they had their 6 winners, and of course they will now start their charge here up north. They had 3 runners last week with Zach driving, and well, the All-Stars team will begin this assault on the northern meetings and the northern features around the Christmas and New Year time. And speaking of Zach Butcher, he is flying in later on. I knew he was cutting it fine. He had a drive at 5:35 and then a flight at about 6:20. So hopefully he'll make it here to the park later on to drive some horses that have been performing very, very well at the trials leading into tonight. I'm talking about Alpha Sticks in race number 8 and driving Ideal Eagle, who will go up against Bronze Over in race number 7 tonight. So Brookside Colt's another good chance in the handicap trot at 4 minutes after 9 tonight. So the final 3 races will have Zach Butcher involved if he's made his flight from driving Sky Major in this afternoon's running of the free-for-all, and of course a good drive too on Lancewood Lizzie earlier on the card. But they're in behind the mobile here for race number 3 this evening. Elliot Daniel, a couple of big bets on that particular runner, and here's Shifty, number 5, 280 with the books for Elliot Daniel. Number 1, Cashin, is the second elect with bookies at $3.20, $3.10 the tote for Celtic Warrior. Here's Aaron White's call on the Burn Support mobile pace.
And the yellow bar arm brings them into the lane, 2 1/4 laps here at Alexandra Park. Burn Support mobile pace. This for the claimers. Set and ready. And starter Frank Phelan activates the green light, and they're underway. Off the inside, Cashin shows very good gate speed to be the early leader. Now Celtic Warrior dives straight to the markers to find its back and trail early. Here's Shifty, will sit park. Back on the inside, Super Shakes as they work the stables corner first occasion. Then Charming Desire. Back second last is Bubbly Babe, and Elliot Daniel the last. Cashin opens up the lead margin to 4 lengths. Celtic Warrior out to the 1,800 metre mark. 3 lengths away in the field, Super Shakes. Here's Shifty's got down to the marker line. Then Charming Desire. There follow Bubbly Babe, and Elliot Daniel looks to press forward on the outside. Cashin through the back, making every pose to winner down to the lead time. Well, this is going to be a pretty slick lead time too. It comes up in 42.2. Opens up by a good half a dozen lengths here over Celtic Warrior second. Then Super Shakes. Here's Shifty. Elliot Daniel now sitting in the breeze. Back on the inside then to Charming Desire, and into the 1-1 goes Bubbly Babe. So they sweep across the showgrounds turn, and Cashin in the hands of Salish Abernathy leads by a good 8 lengths now over Celtic Warrior. Kyle Marshall sits quietly. He's not prepared to drag the field up to this leader at this stage. The opening quarter in 31.9. They're followed then by Super Shakes. 3 back on the inside. Elliot Daniel Jabernathy continues to make ground out parked around back on the inside. Here Shifty and David Butcher, and the 1-1 is Bubbly Babe and Trent Letherby. A circuit left to go. Charming Desire and James Stormont the last. So stables corner their final occasion, and Cashin by 3 Celtic Warrior, Elliot Daniel, Super Shakes and Fergus Schumacher 3 back on the inside, as here's Shifty just moved away from the markers there to push Bubbly Babe back to the rear of the field, and also getting in front of that was Charming Desire. 31.7 the second quarter. Cashin through the back. Well, got down to 3 lengths, opens it up to 5 again through the back over Celtic Warrior. Super Shakes and Elliot Daniel. Here's Shifty. Further back in the field then to Charming Desire, and still back last is Bubbly Babe. End of the back straight coming up, 500 to go. Cashin by a couple. Celtic Warrior will work away from its back prior to the home straight. 400 to go. Makes that move now. Then Elliot Daniel. Super Shakes saloons up to find the spot that Celtic Warrior left. There followed here's Shifty back straight quarter 29.2. Celtic Warrior goes for home on the outside of Cash, and Super Shakes and Elliot Daniel. Here's Shifty. Celtic Warrior 150 to go, leads by a couple. Cash and Elliot Daniel late on the inside. Charming Desire, and here's Shifty. Celtic Warriors in front. Oh, where's Santa? Let's find him. That's 3 for 3 for Santa tonight. Second over was Charming Desire, then came Elliot Daniel. Further back in the field then we had Cashin in a photo for fourth with here's Shifty. They were followed in then by Super Shakes, and the last was Bubbly Babe in 244.2, 58.3 the half, and 29.1 the quarter. Celtic Warrior, Mark 3 gelding, and at start 50, celebrates that milestone with a victory. Celtic Warrior gets his 5th victory on the program. Kyle Marshall, no panic drive. He was quite content to let Cashin bowl along 6 or 7 lengths in front. Getting through on the inside, Charming Desire to get the Quinella in front of a game. Elliot Daniel and Cashin will just hold third in front of Here's Shifty. Burn Support, Mobile Pace. Celtic Warrior, Santa does it again on the first of our Christmas at the Races race nights here at Alexandra Park. 3 for 3.
Official placings, race 3, the Burn Support Mobile Pace. 348-152. 348-152. Horse 3, Celtic Warrior, paced the 2200 metres in 244.17. Mile rate of 2 minutes. Last 858.3, the 429.1. The margins 1 3/4 lengths, 3/4 of a length, a half length. 348-152, race 3, the Burn Support Mobile Pace.
Judge Graham McLennan calls Celtic Warrior at the head of the field, raced by Tim Vince, the trainer out of Waimaoku. Kyle Marshall with a lovely drive gets the 6-year-old bay gelded son of Mark 3 and G.I. Jane home, raced, bred by Dara GM Datsun and Mrs. J.E. Datsun, and that's its 5th victory at start 50. Back at the head of the field, Celtic Warrior, Mark Wiggins and Rosemary Barling down there for a Burn Support. Peter May, race night steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, in attendance. 4, Charming Desire, Real Desire, Charming Trick, 7-year-old bay mare for second. Jay, along with Mrs. Ellie Brownlee, the owners. Ivor Brownlee, the trainer out of Pocono, and James Stormont. 8, Elliot Daniel for third. Live or Die Sakita, 8-year-old bay gelding. And raced by the Breakout Syndicate and W.S. Abernathy. Jay Abernathy trained at Papakura, and Jay did the driving. Totes in the third. We'll see Celtic Warrior number 3 return 3.20 and 2 even. 3.20 and 2. 4, Charming Desire, $7.70, $7.70. 8, Elliot Daniel, no third. Quinella, $31.90, $31.90. Trifecta, $135.60. $135.60. In the first 4, $433. $433. TFS Horse Transport, Kids Carts 400 metre handicap trot. Quality horse transport from Tony and Hayley Shaw, of course, and 027 436 74074 for TFS Horse Transport, and the second of our kids' carts to be called by Cameron Shaw.
Runners at the start for the second of the kids' carts tonight, first of which was taken out by Ghostbuster, who's gone back to join Latte off the 30 metres after that. Penalty for its win. Still off the front, Snacky and Delightful Eddie. 70 behind Gentle Ben, 80 behind Sparky, 90 Georgie Boy Jelly Bean, and again the 120 metre mark for Toby Cosmo and Porcelain Doll. Drivers the same, all horses the same distance too. 400 metre handicap trot for the TFS horse transport. And we just wait for some of these to turn in. Front and 30, they look happy enough. Just organising some of those further back. Getting a wee bit closer now. Snacky and Delightful Eddie off the front. A wee bit behind now, Ghostbuster and Latte. Set for the TFS Horse Transport 400 for the kids' carts, the second of these tonight. I let them go. Snacky got out the best yet again with Delightful Eddie. The two front markers have not made mistakes. They've come down in a trot. Back in third is Ghostbuster running along third from Latte after a few lengths. Rather large gap off to Gentle Ben, who just went for a skip or two there at that stage, and looking to get past it is Sparky. Another little gap away to Jellybean, who's already managed to get past Georgie Boy. Now, Porcelain Doll made a good start off the 120, is already past Toby, and Little Cosmo back at the tail end of the field as the front markers. They're getting ready to turn up into the stretch, and Snacky did get the best of the beginning, continues to bowl along in front. Here's the first race winner, Ghostbuster, coming up towards its outside, starting to work into the race nicely from Delightful Eddie in third. Followed back by Latte, running along fourth from Gentle Ben. A little gap away, the next one is Georgie Boy, and that's heading up the rest as the other runners come down towards the 150 metres, and it is still Snacky in front. Trying to come after it is Ghostbuster in second. Working to a clear third is Gentle Ben down the outside. Up the inside, Sparky starting to rally for around fourth position at this stage as the top two get down to the 100 metres. Now the first race winner is starting to do exactly what it did in the first race and come after this leader, Snacky. On the outside, Ghostbuster's trying to come after it there. Followed back in third then by Gentle Ben, and working to fourth is Porcelain Doll. It's going to be too good again here. Ghostbuster gets past the long-time leader Snacky, and Nate Delaney will grab two. So will Ghostbuster. Second over, will Snacky hold on? Yes, it will. Gentle Ben got up for third, and then Porcelain Doll. Followed in next by Toby, who came late down the outside when it was all over. Then Jellybean, who's in a skip after the line. Sparky, Georgie Boy were next, followed back by Cosmo. A gap away to Latte, and Delightful Eddie at the tail end of the field. 3, 1, 5, 11. Exactly the same trifecta anyway. Where was Toby? About fifth, so not too far off the exact same result from the first, but 2 from 2 for Ghostbuster and Nate Delaney from Franklin. They're too good again. Snacky holding down second, Tegan Edwards. From the 5, Gentle Ben, Brianna Thomas, and fourth over this time, Porcelain Doll and Brittany Edwards. 3, 1, 5 and 11. 2 from 2 for Ghostbuster and Nate Delaney from Franklin.
So should be a cracking day tomorrow for the New Zealand Cup. And of course, the 1,000 guineas also at 9 minutes past 3 o'clock, the fillies to do battle there. Just over 3 minutes out from the first leg of this quaddie. Rosso, it looks a tough quaddie. There's no such thing as an easy quaddie, you would say. But if I was going to throw some information out that may help the punters, it's the fact that there was $6,000 on YOY and $5,000 on Blue I Am in the last couple of legs. So those I'd say must include.
Yes, certainly there's some confidence about them, isn't there, Ryan? Gee whiz, the YOY one's interesting. I've got it in for third behind Lone Star Lad and Pop Some Tags. She's certainly got the speed to win. If you took the 1, 2, 3 in that leg, I'd be reasonably confident there. And in the last leg, Blue I Am. Blue and Curly doesn't win out of turn these days, but at $8 I think it's a reasonable bet. Blue I Am got its first New Zealand win at Manawatu. Might just go on with it from here, but I'd want some backup in the form of the 3. Maybe Corborn Midget, but I'm willing to risk Serena Rose there on that last leg. In this one, well, the downgrade tip is certainly the 3 What's Up G. Big Time Rain off the inside. I think it's worth keeping safe, but it is one where if you want to get through, I think you couldn't completely write off any particular dog in this race if it gets the right run. Whereas in many races, you can confidently cut down to 3 or 4, and okay, you'll get it wrong now and then, but by and large. In the second leg, Knuckle Bump, gee whiz, if it's going to win another race from a wide draw to beat tonight, Corborn Gracie's the tough dog in that number 4 because you're never quite sure where she's at. She can jump, she can drift, she can come again. Opawa Jackie's a recent winner's worth, including 3, 4 and 7. I went 7, 4, 3 in that order. And in this race I went 3, 1, 2 and 6. Certainly What's Up G would be the first one I'd have on because it's just come out of a Class 4 and 5 race and it's down to a straight Class 3 now, and he's still good enough to win. Big Time Rain off the inside was a Class 2 winner, 2 back from box 2. It's won 3 off box 2. Gets its first box 1 tonight. I think he'll use it pretty well for Nathan Moody. He's got 2 in the race. Matt Roberts has got 3. And Gary Fredrickson's got a couple too. Matt's got Corborn Rowan off box number 2, racing well enough to be a bit of a threat here. Chased home Corborn Butsy at Manawatu last start. Was beaten 2.5 lengths by Hanafi Ace here off box 1 in a reasonable time, going back 4 starts, Corborn Rowan. 7 there is Corborn Sarah with Darcy Patama, who trained a winner himself with Kelly Gommans tonight. Corborn Sarah 1 off box 2 here, 5 back in Class 2 company. She's been okay out from box 7. It's a tough field to get around though, and she's been a drifter. There was money for Empty Bank, who's trimmed up from 9 to 7. Now, Big Boy Deno could help out Empty Bank here. She's not the quickest into stride, but she can power home. Big Boy Deno's head has coveted box 1 the last couple, when he hasn't been able to capitalise, even though he's got a very good record overall from there. And he gets the 5 tonight. No Time Yet's a dog I definitely like from the inside. I know that he's won from box 1, but that is against the trend generally for him. As we tick down about 20 seconds from start time here, and the market's been as confused as what I sound, but the tote favourite is now What's Up G at $3.10 and $1.50, and just looking at the book, $4 favourite What's Up G, but it was at $3.50, so it has eased. Race 9, 5-star kennels and runs, Class 3 sprint, first leg of the late quaddie, first leg of a new double as well. Wide Open Affair, Big Time Rain off the inside. What's Up G's gone favourite off the 3. Gold Rug Big Boy Dino.
Box your odds.
And out in box 7 is Corborn Sarah. Second line, Corborn Rowan. Big Time Red Foo, who's a brother of the dog in box 1. Empty Bank from the 6, taking a bit of money with the book, and No Time Yet the outside. Ready to run, race 9. Second quaddie gets underway. Racing, Big Time Rain a bit tardy the inside. What's Up G bounds out quite nicely. Going with it there was Corborn Sarah. Might cross, it does. Booting through was Empty Back. No Time Yet trying to get around the outside. Further back then to Big Boy Dino. Big Time Red Foo's got well back, so too. Big Time Rain and Corborn Rowan. It's Corborn Sarah screaming along in front of What's Up G. Corborn Sarah, What's Up G. Close up third there was Empty Bank, and they streeted the opposition. Next in there would have been No Time Yet. Back and behind them to Big Boy Dino and Big Time Red Foo, Corborn Rowan, Big Time Rain. 17 and 64, this is tidy. 10.61 run home. Corborn Sarah crossed and got away for the win. Travelling sweetly here on the corner. What's Up G had no answer. He jumped well, but he was just outpaced tonight. And Empty Bank finding the line typically well. But on the board, 7-3-6. And the 8 no time yet. 2 1/4 lengths ahead, and 4 1/2 lengths have been the margins charging into that first bend. Too much speed, Corborn Sarah around What's Up G. Then Empty Bank no time yet. Not much happened from there. They split into 2 divisions. Corborn Sarah by Headbound out of Corborn Ice, Stu Dickinson owns. And Matt Roberts, the trainer. Win number 7 at start 49. She hasn't done it out of turn, but when she does it in good style. This has been her best, or her fastest win tonight at least anyway, with a 17.64. Well, race number 10 tonight is the first security, class 2s and 3s over the 520 metres. Ryan, we're underway at 8:24.
Thanks, Rozzo. Hope you went wide in the first leg of the quaddie. Corborn Sarah, not the easiest to find, but an outstanding performance. 11.42.80. What's Up G, $1.60, and Empty Bank $2.30. 7, 3, 6 and 8. A bit of the peanut slab's gone down the wrong way, I tell you. 3 and 7, $18. 7, 3 and 6, $365.70, and the first 4, 569.80, with a juicy carry forward worth a play in the 10th. Treble 1, 1 and 7, $513.60.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Back here at Alexandra Park for race number 4 tonight. It's the Akarana Timbers handicap trot over the 2,700 metres. This race is the final leg of the early quaddie, and the favourite is Al Bundy, runner number 9 in the book, who gets back another 15 metres tonight. $2.40 and $1.14 with the bookmakers, $3.20 and $1 on the tote. Idle Bones, a wee bit of money with the bookmakers from the racing desk already. $1,000 at $3 on Idle Bones. Did open up at $3.20 last night, into $2.80 now. So $2.80 is the price you'll get for the runner off the 30 metres. 7 minutes out from a start. Let's hear firstly from Josh Dickey. He drives for the Cooney and Hopkins team on number 2, La Maitre D. Josh, race number 4 tonight, La Maitre D, stepped up in class and finished the race well, but didn't quite have all of the luck in the world.
No, I was actually fractionally unlucky. Had a split before the corner. I think might have been close to winning it, but this horse is trotting really well at the moment. Being off the front will help. There's some handy trotters off quite a mark. They're going to be hard to beat, Al Bundy and them, but. Look, if this horse trots to the front and gives itself every chance, it's certainly a really good place chance.
That's Josh Dickey about the chances of the Daughter of Love You. That's La Maitre D, one of the longer odds runners here in race number 4 tonight. At the business end, you've got the likes of Idle Bones versus Al Bundy. They took each other on last week. We'll hear firstly from Brent Mangos, who's the trainer-driver of Idle Bones. Brent, race 4, Idle Bones, pretty strong in behind Al Bundy last week, and the two of you meet again tonight.
Yeah, Mark, she finally got it right from the start last week and win accordingly, So, the other filly's got to give us 15 metres tonight, which I think if my mare trots away, will be a pretty hard ask for it. So, I think she'll go good. She seems well this week, and, the start's critical for her.
So that's Brent Mangos about the chances of his mare by the ill-fated Monkey Bones out of a Sundon mare in Idle Fiore, who's won 7 from 38. And last week, these two battled each other, with Idle Bones running second to Al Bundy, but was very strong to the line. Al Bundy's off the 45 metres today, was $2 last night with the TAB bookmakers. It's drifted out to $2.60 now. Of course, Peter and Vaughan Blanchard prepare this one, and his driver is David Butcher. David, race number 4, Al Bundy, back another 15 metres tonight, and again takes on Idle Bones.
That's right. It's always harder when you cop a few more metres on your handicap. But he begins well, and with a good trip, he's probably still good enough to get close to a win. But I'd be a little bit each way.
So that's David Butcher about the chances of Al Bundy, and he's drifted in the Drivers' Challenge out to 440. Josh Dickey 280, then 320 for Brent Mangos and 420 for Morris McKendry. Any other individual is $6. So you've got 8 Idle Bones on top for me. $3 price with the tote. It is favourite there, and for second Idle Bones, who's got that bet with the bookmakers into $2.60. In fact, Al Bundy's $2.60. So 8 on top to beat 9, 3 and 2. Outside of these top 2, 7 Regal Petite. Information through from the stewards that this horse is in foal, and she's in foal to Muscle Hill. So that information passed on a short time ago. Was $4.40 last night, drifted out to $5.50. Got that each way quote too on the tote, so that information, she is in foal to Muscle Hill, and she's coming off the 20 metres here this evening. Next best backed is number 3, Tourbillon, who's a very good beginner, of course, the son of Dream Vacation. Peter Ferguson for Richard Brosnan. I've got that in for third, and La Maitre D chucked that in for fourth for a first 4 chance. Outside of that, Gintaris, who was a winner here last week over a Cougar's son, who's going around a good chance later on, but this is up in class tonight for the son of great success. So Richard Brosnan, the trainer-driver there at start number 30. And then number 6, KD Hall, Jack McKinnon for Tim Vince, was going well last Friday at the death, but not enough in that Al Bundy race. Did race fourth and behind Prime Power 2 starts ago. So race number 4, we're 3 minutes away. This is the final leg of the TAB Quaddie. We'll grab you some will pays ahead of this 4th event. But firstly, we might go upstairs nice and early to Aaron White in this battle here once again this week between Idle Bones and Al Bundy. Aaron?
Yeah, I've gone the way of Al Bundy. I'll stick with Al Bundy. He's won 2 of his last 3, the great success gelding, and it was a strong victory over Idle Bones last time. There's a further 5 metres difference between them. Al Bundy started from 30 last week, Idle Bones from 20. 45 and 30 the handicaps here, so we'll stick with Al Bundy. He's won 7 of 20. Santa's pick of the race. Idle Bones can certainly turn the tables on Al Bundy with that 5 metre advantage. Brent Mangos will put in the 6, KD Hall, fitter for the 3 runs back. A definite danger from the 20 metre tape, Jack McKinnon, and 7 Regal Petite, the mum to be. Morris McKendry for Paulette's Green. Very good last time when missing away, and was strong when runner-up and behind Dead Cat bounced 2 starts ago, Regal Petite. 9, 8, 6 and 7.
Thank you, Aaron. This is the final leg of the early quaddie as we get a good look there at Idle Bones. Nice and relaxed at the start. The quaddie, you need 2 Lusty Mac the first leg, 5 Paramount Dream the second would have been an anchor there, and Celtic Warrior in race number 3 the third leg. 2, 5 and 3. Late scratching here of number 1 Jomo. The payout on 2 La Maitre D 605, 3 Tourbillon 178, 4 Gintaris 423, 5 Djokovic 505, 6 KD Hall 211, 55 with Regal Petite, Idle Bones at 45, and Al Bundy the back marker the short way home at $39.30. Tell you what, mentioned before, as we get another big bet coming through from the bookmakers, thanks to James at the racing desk for passing that on. $4,000 on Al Bundy at $2.60 has brought this horse into $2.30 now. $2.70 on the tote. The money is coming there for Al Bundy. And another $10,000 coming in at $2.40, so it's brought this horse into the $2.30 quote. So $4,000 at $2.60, another $10,000 bet at $2.40. The boys, Craig, Michael and Greg, talking about those big bets earlier today during the Addington meeting, and we've seen a lot more of those big bets lately. The $10,000 bets, we usually see the $1,000 and $1,500 bets. Saw big crowds in before. Special marquee packages. The big marquee is based at the end of the public stand here at Alexandra Park. All reports it is absolutely pumping in there at the moment for the first night of Christmas at the races. The marquee is open for table bookings for the second and third nights of Christmas at the races. 11th and 18th of December. It's $158 per person, buffet meal, complimentary glass of bubbles, wine or juice, reserved table seating, beverage packages, tote facilities, etc., etc. And that's in the big marquee, the special marquee package. It's available on the 18th and the 11th of December too. Christmas at the Races still available. Give the club a buzz, or you can head to their Facebook page for more details, or alexandrapark.co.nz. So 8, 9, 3 and 2 for me. Big bets here on runner number 9, Al Bundy. Will start off the 45 tonight. David Butcher for Peter and Vaughan Blanchard as they step up for the 4th event on the card. Here's Aaron White.
And our feature square gating event on the program tonight out of Alexandra Park as the light starts to take over. They're underway. Akarana Timbers handicap trot from the 2,700 metres, and all bar Regal Petite stepped away safely. She's down and trotting now, Regal Petite. She galloped for a couple of strides. The first away, La Maitre D from the stablemates Tourbillon and Gintaras as they work on to the showgrounds turn first occasion. A couple off those to Djokovic. There's 8 lengths Katie Hall, then Regal Petite. Idle Bones safely on the journey and 3 to 4 lengths away in the field to El Bundy. They sweep across the top, 2,250 metres left to go, and La Maitre D and Joshua Dickey hold up the lead over Tourbillon and Gintaras. Djokovic in 4th. 6 lengths away in the field then to Katie Hall and Jack McKinnon. Trainer Tim Vince looking for back-to-back victories. They're followed by Regal Petite, the mum-to-be. She's back 3rd last. Then came Idle Bones and Brent Mangos second last, and the favourite El Bundy, David Butcher, the last at the judge with 2 circuits to go. La Maitre D, the Love You Mare, onto the stables corner first time over Tourbillon, Peter Ferguson trailing. Gintaras at stablemate Richard Brosnan. That's 3 back on the inside. Then Djokovic and Luck Chin. A length and a half away to Katie Hall. Regal Petite maybe looking to come forward for McKendry, maybe looking to flush Katie Hall, and has done that at the 1,800. Then Idle Bones and El Bundy. La Maitre D into the back. Joshua Dickey a length and a half. A hard on its helmet is Tourbillon, and then Gintaras Djokovic. Katie Hall now sitting out parked. Regal Petite 1-1, the ghostly grey mare. She's back second last to Idle Bones. And last is Santa's pick in the race, El Bundy. 1,500 metres left to go as they turn off the back. 1:30.6 the lead time, and sweep across the showgrounds turn and La Maitre D. From Tourbillon, Katie Hall improving in the park spot around Gintaras. Regal Petite 1-1. Shuffled back on the markers. Djokovic back to now second last as Idle Bones gets in advance of that in the running line. And still back last is El Bundy. They swing into the lane, 1,200 to go. Katie Hall's about to take over for McKinnon, and Regal Petite automatically has a go for the lead. 33-1 the opening quarter, so Regal Petite now onto the top end over Katie Hall and La Maitre D, and that leaves Idle Bones out parked, and El Bundy with a lovely 1-1 smother for the final circuit. Tourbillon now 4 back on the inside. Gintaras just worked away from the markers to push Djokovic 3 wide on the stables corner final time. Akarana Timbers handicap trot, the feature trot on the program tonight. And Regal Petite, the Majestic Sun Mare, 800 to go, second quarter posted in 30.1. Leads by a length. Idle Bones Djokovic striding up with purpose out 3 wide. Katie Hall trailing. Then El Bundy in the 1-1 as Idle Bones now rolls on to the top. They're followed by Gintaras, La Maitre D and Tourbillon to the end of the back straight. 5:50 to go. Idle Bones leads narrowly. Djokovic to second and park. Regal Petite now 3rd on the inside. El Bundy 4th, but he's still got 1-1 cover as they trot to the 400. Then Katie Hall all dressed up, nowhere to go as Tourbillon gets around it. Stablemate Gintaras, La Maitre D, 28-4 the back straight quarter. Idle Bones for home. Here's El Bundy to give chase. Then Regal Petite, Djokovic, Tourbillon down the outside. Idle Bones in front. El Bundy closes in strongly. Regal Petite, Katie Hall deep on the passing lane. Regal Petite goes to the lead. Katie Hall flashing late. Then El Bundy, Regal Petite. Well, confirmed in foal to Muscle Hill, and she gets another winner. And Regal Petite and the Magic Man Morris McKendry over Katie Hall, El Bundy. They were followed Idle Bones and La Maitre D and Tourbillon. Gintaras further back in the field was Djokovic, 3:31.9. A good time. We'll trim it up with the 20 metres. 58 the last half. 29.6 was the final quarter. The mum-to-be, royally bred too, Majestic Sun, Petite's Pride. The Sundon mare at a Pride of Petite, of course, is Petite's pride, so there's some royal blood through her veins, and she's in foal to Muscle Hill, the Magic Man for Paulette's Green. Katie Hall for second. El Bundy, that's been a game run. The time they've run is 45 metre back mark. He's gone a slash at a run third. And Idle Bones will weaken to fourth. Akarana Timbers, handicap trot. Regal Petite, that's her 11th victory tonight at start 59.
Official placings, race 4, the Akarana Timbers handicap trot. 769-823. 769-823. Horse 7, Regal Petite, trotted the 2,700 metres from a stand in the handicap in a net time in 3:30.4. Mile rate of 25.4. Last 858. The 29.6, sorry. Last 858, last quarter in 29.6. The margins, 1 1/4 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths, 3/4 of a length. 769-823, race 4, Akarana Timbers, handicap trot.
Feature trot goes to the mum-to-be soon. Regal Petite, Bill and Paulette's Green, the owners. Paulette's Green trained at Pukekohe and the Magic Man. Morris McKendry back at the head of the field, the New Zealand Trotting Hall of Fame. Sponsored Rainsman, Majestic Sun Bay, 7-year-old mare out of Petite's Pride. J Syndicate were the breeders. Gareth Williams down there with the Akarana Timbers team, part of the victory celebrations. Gordon Robertson, a steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, also in attendance. 6 Katie Hall for second, quite easy. 6-year-old Bay Gelding out of Cazzle Dazzle, raced by T.R. Vince and Miss S.L. Wig. Tim Vince trained at Waimalku and Jack McKinnon. And for third was 9 El Bundy, great success. Kelly Bundy, 6-year-old Bay Gelding, raced by the Cormacs, AJ, TJ and BJ. Peter and Vaughan Blanchard trained at Pookie, and David Butcher. 7 Regal Petite, $6.40 and $1.70, $6.41.70. 6 Katie Hall, $2.40, $2.40. 9 L Bundy, $1.30, $1.30. Quinella, $33.80, $33.80. Trifecta, $153.60, $153.60. First 4, $356.60, $356.60. 3 and 7 in the double returns, $11 even, $11. 3 and 6 concession, $7.80, $7.80. The first treble on the program this evening, 5, 3 and 7, $22.60. $22.60, and the early quaddie 2537, $55.80, $55.80 for the early quaddie. Race 5 this evening is the Hydroflow Distributors Handicap Pace, the feature pace on the card tonight. We open a double and also the late quaddie. We scratch the 3 and the 4. A field of 9 in race 5, time to go at 8:33.
hunting up along the inside as they settle into stride now and cover the first couple of 100 metres. And Bo Dazzle using the rail holds the lead from Tales of War, pressing on out wide, and Miss Magnifique Gauchi grabs hold to go to third, and then Grey Sam Booker railing up to fourth. Loud and Proud next round the outside. A length and a half further back came Jack Henry. They're being followed then by Oscar's Fight, a fair way back on the outside, and then came the first starter Badroucho, and at the end of the field is Black Temptation coming down past the 600 metres, and Bo Dazzle led from War Tales a neck away second, and moving up now is Miss Magnifique to third. Grey Sam Booker has to wait on a run, and Loud and Proud coming on about 4 wide. They're clear then to Jack Henry and Oscar's Fight making ground round the turn. Bo Dazzle joined by War Tales, who looks to have plenty to offer now. War Tales takes the lead. Loud and Proud running a bit greenly. Grey Sam Booker behind them with Miss Magnifique in the straight. War Tales, he's gone for it now. Miss Magnifique to second. Here's Oscar's Fight up the middle of the course. Oscar's Fight, Grey Sam Booker's getting out late. A 3-way go, they hit it. And Oscar's Fight on the outside, I'd say he'll get it from Grey Sam Booker and War Tales. Then just behind those, Miss Magnifique, followed by Jack Henry. Further back in the field to finish then was Badroucho, who was followed by Black Temptation. Loud and Proud, pretty green and didn't run on. And Bo Dazzle, who led them up, weakening to be at the tail of the field.
Oh, didn't the race change complexion in the last 100 metres? Tales of War looked to have the race under control. Stephen Vella went for home. As soon as he did that, Grey Sam Booker was out of the box that he was kept in. He burst through. He looked like he could be the winner at start number 4. He'd been in the placing 3 from 3. And then over the top came Oscar's Fight, who'd been runner-up his last 2 starts. He's in for a terrific campaign. A big win. It's great to see Jamie Bayliss in the winner's stall.
Absolutely, and just want to see where this one came from in the run. But there is a very strong wind, I think, particularly down the back there. But no doubt about the winner. Nicely timed run, and it really did change complexion. And about 5 or 6 horses from off the rail as well, and just swooped. The race did really change complexion inside that final 100 metres. Not a big distance, first, second to third, but first 3 past the post, about half a length. Looks like Sammy is with the winning rider.
Jamie Bayliss, father of Jake and Regan. Terrific that you've been able to win on this horse for your partner, Lynn Chan.
Oh, it is terrific. Yes, my first winner for her. This horse has come up really nice this time, and it was a great win.
Danny Rose is, we know these colours are very made famous by Inner Flurry back in the day, but races a lot of horses and a good supporter of the stable.
He is. We pre-trained a lot for him, and I trialled this bloke, and I asked him, Lynn asked him, could we keep him, and he said yes, and we've got a victory.
Jamie, you're a Queenslander. Did a lot of riding, obviously, up in Queensland, and you've been down here since your boys have been riding, but terrific to see you here riding a winner at Moonee Valley tonight.
Oh, it is a dream come true, riding here, and I did give it away for a long time, and a lot of people taught me into coming back, and here I am, a winner tonight.
Good to see you here. Well done, Jamie.
Right, thank you very much.
Oh, that's fantastic to have Jamie Bayliss. Well, I'm joined by Lynn Shand, a trainer from Pakenham. And Lynn, congratulations, your first city win. What a thrill.
It's a real thrill, and it's great to do it for Danny and Hannah Rose, who had a lot of faith in us with this horse. And Jamie Bayliss rode it a treat, and he's had so much to do with him through this campaign. So I'm really wrapped.
Well, you've had him ticking over perfectly. He's had a couple of placings. Did you come tonight confident you could have your first city win?
Yeah, we did. We thought he'd back up really well. He's eaten up all week, and we've just been really light on his work, and he's just a great horse to train. He's quite relaxed, and just got to go easy on him, and he's a wonderful horse to have. So
well, tell us, make sure this doesn't fall on your head. That'd be a great way of celebrating your first city win. Tell us, for our racing.com audience, tell us a little bit about how long you've been training in your own right.
I've been training for a couple of years, but mainly my own horses. So Danny and Hannah had a bit of faith in me to give me this horse, and Jamie's obviously involved as well, so he does all his track work.